notification.
Cool. I got the notification.
Got it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Means we are live and in color.
In living color.
Oh, that's throwing it way back.
No, hey there, Hunter. How are you? Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 3 of Finding Kenoooooobi. Where, as you know, we're on the march to Obi-Wan, which we're all very excited about, and we're covering the pretty much the entire anthology of the arc of Kenobi going up to the before the Battle of Yavin. So tonight we're going to be watching Revenge of the Sith, episode 3. So we're going to be using the D+ machine. But first and foremost, our producer for the night, Mr. Dave. Dave, how are you, sir?
Hey, how are you all doing?
Doing well. And we got Senor Jefe, who's there with a very nice hello there. Yes. And very excited tonight for the opening of tonight's show. We got Frank with us. Frank, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thanks. Good to make it on this week.
No, we're so excited to have you on this week. And so one of the things we wanted to start with tonight, especially with the limited amount of time that we have with you tonight, is to discuss the major announcements and the final guests of Celebration 2022. So why don't you give us a little bit of a rundown?
Yeah, so we got two big pieces of news today. We got the final autograph hall guest announcement of Rupert Friend, who's the Grand Inquisitor in Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is great. So that makes 3 guests from Obi-Wan Kenobi. 3. So we have Ewan, Kevin Thompson, and Rupert Friend. So that's 3 signers from the new show. He's going to be there Saturday and Sunday. His autograph is $80. His photo ops are $90, and that's a good guest. So again, so Official Picks stated in an email that they sent out that this was the last signer for Autograph Hall. So we know now we have 28 signers for Autograph Hall. They also officially announced Celebration After Hours, which they someone announced on Sunday night and then quickly, not retracted, but they took down the post, which is going to be, this is the first time Celebration's ever doing it. So even somebody like Jeff, who's been to every US Celebration, hasn't seen this yet because they've never done it before. It's going to be Thursday. Never done it before. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Well, I guess at Celebration 1, Dave Prowse was signing at the hotel across the street. This is a little bit different because he wasn't affiliated with Celebration at that show. He wasn't invited to Celebration. Right. So this is the official extension of Celebration, being managed by Official Picks, and it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings from 6 to 10 at the Hyatt across the street. Hilton across the street.
Hilton, yes.
And there's going to be sets of 6 is going to be several signers each night. Some of them are appearing one night, some of them are appearing 2 of the nights. But it's another 22. There's 22 signers that are going to be there. Maybe 23. I'm not. Ashley Eckstein is the only one who's going to be at the after hours and signing on Autograph Hall. Keep in mind, she's already sold out for Autograph Hall for all her days. Maybe not all. 2 days.
Thursday and Friday. She has not sold out for the weekend yet.
So, and I'm sure the rest of her days are going to sell pretty quick. So this offers, this gives you another chance to get Ashley's autograph when she's going. So prices range from the mostly $40, $50, and $60. Well, they're all either $40, $50, or $60, except for Ashley, who's the same $125 that she's charging at the show. So it's pretty cool. So that brings the total number of signers up to 50.
That's a good number.
Which is only 10 shy of what we had in Chicago, which was the largest autograph hall we've ever had at Celebration. So, and it's a good mix of names that are going to be there at the after hours. So that makes 50 names at Celebration. Most of them now, because of those this after hours, a lot of affordable $60 and under autographs. There's quite a few, so that does help on the credit card for sure.
So
That
a couple
also-
things, yes, a couple things I saw that I actually was very intrigued with is especially because of the after hours. There's quite a few of the background actors from Return of the Jedi going to be in the actor room with like Steve Constantino, Julius LaFour, there's a couple other ones that were Mike Quinn, which was I thought was a big one for them to have and for that. But it's also very interesting is the fact that we kind of tout ourselves at Bunta having the Jawas. They seem to have like the new school and the old school Gamorreans because they got Steve Constantino and then they got Frank Tig and Colin Quinn from Book of Boba Fett. So they have new school and old school Gamorreans.
Colin Quinn's the comedian.
Oh yes, that's okay. Sorry, long day. But they have like they got like a whole Gamorreans there, so that's kind of cool.
That's a good one. Now the Return of the Jedi. So Julius and Stephen, it's more that they both have the same agent with Derek Mackey, and I would imagine that's probably. And then the two Gamorreans have the same agent as well. And I can't remember if it's Zach or not. So some of it's just agents, who's available through the agents that official picks are going through. But still, you want to mix. You want, of course, you want the latest projects represented. And there's some, Lateith Crowder, who's the Mandalorian, and some of the behind the scenes, and a lot of them. He's the, they say Brendan's the gunslinger, and Lateef is the fighter, right? So
yeah,
it's a great name for me. The biggest name that jumped out that I had to get was Don Bees. I've never met him. I have his autograph, but I've never been able to meet him. He is just he's done so much with Star Wars. A great behind the scenes name to get. So I got his autograph ticket immediately, as well as Lateef's and Matthew Wood. But
you're obligatory. Matt Wood. Wood's on. He had to get every picture that he has on his table.
I do.
So you'll get his bib for tuna from Mandalorian.
Right.
That's when you need, which is great. And now one question we had from a bunch of people, which I figured you're probably the best person to ask, is that there obviously is a little bit of a slight crossover between our Bunta Eve and After Hours. Is that going to, for the people at home, is that going to be an issue if they're going to go see, like, for example, Sam or Eric at either one?
No. So Official Picks has been very gracious, and they are allowing those signers that are going to be at their event to also still continue to attend our event, which they didn't have to do. They could have said, we're pulling these actors, they're going to be at our show. But Official Picks, we talked last weekend, and they very graciously are allowing them to stay and continue to appear at our event. So huge thank you to Ben Stevens and Official Picks. One caveat though, it wouldn't be fair for us to charge less for them than it would be that they're charging at Celebration. So Eric, Sam, and they were $30 for us. They will need to charge $40 because it's just not it's not right that they charge less for us, and it's just not it's not the right thing. So they will have to charge $40, the same as their celebration price. Small price, $10 is still $10. It's a for me it's a beer and a tip, but it's still but it's for us, I think it's a small price to pay for them to still be able to come to Bunta and meet some fans and sign some autographs.
Mm-hmm.
So as a signer, obviously you've done some, you're celebrating autograph, final show the other night, which, you and Dave did a bang up job with that. How does the overall feel between the two, now different components of the celebration autograph room feel? I mean, does it feel like a more of a complete show to you, like a more of a celebration type show, or does it feel like, well, it's cool, but maybe something's off?
I was happy just because Ewan was there. That's the only guest I needed.
What happened to your
I
mic?
like the numbers, and that
Your
was-
mic's off, Frank.
What's that?
It's low.
Your mic.
Your mic volume dropped out.
Now you're done. Can't hear you at all. What'd you do to your mic? Broke it.
Testing 1, 2.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're
Now we
back.
can.
That was it. You're better
Yep.
now.
Okay. I was getting another call. That might have been it.
Aha.
All right. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. So a celebration before Chicago, it was 32, 35 names. So, Chicago, it was the exception. It wasn't the rule for
Yeah.
the number of signers at an autograph hall.
Right.
So, but for me, having you in there that's all I needed. And, it made it for me, selfishly, not having to make hard decisions made it a lot easier for me to get all the autographs I wanted for Ewan and a photo op where there weren't a lot of competing names for me. A lot of them already have, or maybe I'll see them in another show. But now with this after hours, it really takes the celebration to a whole nother level. As far as autograph, if we look at it as one big, 50 signers and not two different events,
Right.
it's just
It fills it out nicely.
it's signing during the day and 22 is signing at night. It's
What's also nice about that is it frees up people's time during the show. They don't have to be in line the whole time in the autograph hall or for a good chunk of their day to get things, signed or a selfie or whatever they want to do. They can wait for the show to end and go, experience that later. Especially if they don't have anything else to do, in the evenings, which I had experienced a few times in my early celebration days until I realized there was so much stuff going on. You just got to look for it.
So let me ask a novice newbie question is, what do you think the feel of this after hours event is going to be? Is it going to be like in a ginormous autography hall type space? Is it going to be a smaller, more intimate type setting, kind of like Bunta? Is it going to be somewhere in between?
So it's in a ballroom, so it's going to be like probably a lot of the small conventions that we might see that we go to at that close to our local conventions that are in hotel ballrooms.
Yeah.
Without the stalls and people selling things, just what I imagine kind of like the Showmaster shows in London, that it's just tables and people signing.
Cool.
But we'll see. Again, it's never happened, so I'll be experiencing it the first time. And we're all newbies for this one, Dave.
Mhm.
Nobody's seen it before for Celebration, so
One name I was actually excited about.
Feel familiar when we get there, but we'll see.
Uh-oh. What's up, Spencer?
One name I was actually excited about was Dan Masden.
Yeah.
I'll say I was excited about Dan Masden.
I thought that was
signing,
interesting.
in the after hours room. For
Besides
those
episode
who don't
one,
know, he's
what has he?
he's celebration royalty. I mean, if you want to think about it, it all he
put together
from him,
Celebration.
really. If you want to think about,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he Star Wars Insider Magazine, the first Celebration, and he's in the Phantom Menace.
Right.
So it's a pretty good stuff. But what I liked about it is that it encompassed a little bit of everything from original trilogy to sequels to prequels to Disney Plus to animation. It's a nice mix of a little bit of everything, which is nice, for those who are complaining that there's too much of one or the other in the main autograph hall. You got a little bit of everything right there, which is pretty awesome. One thing also,
there's two signers from the Gendy, the original Clone Wars animated
Right, the
series.
micro
There's
series.
two signers from that, which is pretty cool.
and
Andy
also
Carter.
just to remind people that if you're wanting to get a selfie, it's the same price as their autograph tickets. So you're going to have to buy 2 tickets in order to do that. That's what was on the website.
Yeah, it's the same ticket. So a ticket is either, you can use it for either autograph or selfie. but you need one ticket for autograph. If you want a selfie, that's another ticket.
Another big announcement from today, obviously, Rupert Friend was pretty big, but also the return of the Star Wars show, which they're bringing back Andy and Anthony, which is pretty big for that stage. The Star Wars show was a great program that was a predecessor for This Week in Star Wars. So it's nice that they're going to bring them back and have everybody together on the main center stage for that. But there was one other thing that was awesome that they announced this past week was the I guess the history of the Mandalorian from Boba Fett to Bo-Katan, which has like the collections of like Steve Sansweet and other luminaries that have like merchandise and costume pieces. That's actually pretty cool. What did you think of that, Frank?
That's definitely going to be a great one, a great panel. Love the idea of it. Should be fun.
But that ILM, the one with Lawrence Kasdan and Ron Howard with Phil Tippett and Joe Johnson and some of the legends, that's gonna be absolutely incredible.
That's the one big one for me. Outside of the morning panels, that's a big one for me.
Yeah.
What day is that one?
That's Friday's main panel.
Okay, good. I'm keep worrying that Thursday afternoon something amazing is going to come up, and I'm already going to be preoccupied with working the Rancho Obi-Wan booth, but hopefully it works out well.
So what are you most excited about for this celebration, Frank?
Meeting Ewan.
There was no hesitation. There was no thought. There was no boom right there.
That was it.
Yeah.
No,
well, yeah, the third time's a charm.
Meeting Ewan's first and foremost. That is the biggest thing. Being at Celebration when Obi-Wan Kenobi premieres and everything that's going to mean for this show, because it is going to impact greatly once we get to see it. That's all people are going to be feeling and talking about, and I cannot wait to be part of that excitement and that just that feeling. I can almost feel it now. You just know.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's how we get when we get a trailer at Celebration. Chewie will home. How awesome were we feeling at that celebration with Chewie were home? We were buzzing the whole show because of that. This is 2 episodes of the new series that drop at Celebration. It's going to be insane.
So
Now we have to make time for 2 more hours of content during the con. We got to watch this show.
Yeah, that's going to be a late night. I'm thinking on that one, because not like there will not be spoilers the next day if you don't watch it that night.
Especially in the con.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody's going to be, oh, did you?
What about that?
They should just have it playing constantly on a loop in one of the rooms, so you can just hop in, watch it, and don't have to worry about spoilers. Right.
That would actually be a good idea. Nice little screening room with them both playing back to back on a loop.
Yep.
Yeah, so much excitement. I announced a little while ago that the 501st Bash is opening up to the general public tomorrow. We'll post a link once that goes live. A lot of great events, around Celebration. Really starting on Tuesday with our Not So Virtual Cantina over at the Hilton Anaheim Bar, which will be a nice time to come and meet the mod squad in a low-key environment, because the next day we might not have too much time to sit and chat at a great lengths at the Bunta Eve Cantina, but we're very, very excited about that. Today dropped on Skywalking Through Neverland an incredible interview with Misty Rosas, talking about her career starting off as a performer at Disneyland in California, all the way through her audition for Quill, and talking about Frog Lady, as well as the fact that she did announce that she will perform at Bunta Eve during karaoke. She would not, they try to get to find out what song she was going to sing, but she would not admit to that. But it's going to be very exciting to hear her sing. And then next week, Samantha Aileen's going to be a guest on Skywalking Through Neverland. So
Oh, nice.
they're doing a lot of great press for that. You know, very big thank you to Richard and Sarah over there. They've been pushing Bunta and everything we do quite often, and we're very grateful for the relationship that we have with them.
Well, I heard there
And
was a
I'll-
big shout out in their podcast, in their interview tonight for Ubuntu. The big shout out.
Yes, indeed. And there was also, if you check out the last 2 weeks, the mocktail show, mocktails from the Cantina, Frank's on it. The last 2 weeks. Today's episode was really, really good. That I watched actually earlier today, and also catch the. Wow, you had an incredible 2.5 hour episode of your podcast this week, Frank.
It was a long one. Yeah, it's a good one. But it was a long one.
great.
A lot to talk about. Lots to talk about. It was a busy week. Monday, Dave and I, we had celebrating
show.
autographs, and then Tuesday night we had the podcast for Star Wars Autograph News. Love the shirt, Dave. And then Wednesday night was Chris Mock's show, Mocktails in the Cantina. And then tonight, little pre-Kenoooooobi discussion.
Yeah, so
Guys, I really wish I could have been, part of these watch-alongs. It's just I just work-wise, I can't make it. But Obi-Wan is such an important character to me, and today I was just kind of thinking about why and what makes him, because he wasn't my favorite character growing up. It was always Luke, but Obi-Wan is just he's such a great hero, and he's not perfect. He has flaws and he makes mistakes, but he always tries, and he always so I'm getting called. He's always trying to do his best. He doesn't always succeed, but you think about it, if Anakin hadn't come along, he would have probably been the biggest young Jedi out there, and he, instead of taking that mantle, he has to train the chosen
Maybe
one. He's in this
an
impossible
emo
situation.
Jedi wannabe? No, wait.
Yeah. So
it's pretty awesome. Very appreciative that you were able to come by. I know it's a long day, and you're gonna be hitting long days up until the end of next week in preparation for celebration for that. But greatly appreciate that you being on, coming on with us for a little bit before we start Sith, and very excited. Hope you'll be able to join us for a little bit, maybe with a guest with you next week. Otherwise, hey, if you want to meet Frank, come to our events. Also, don't be afraid to run to him on the floor. He'll be around.
Okay, I want to know, where do we
invite.
get our Frank D. Rich Funko Pops to get signed? Where are those?
Well, you're making them for everybody else, so.
We got to get to that one. We got to get down that line.
Awesome. Yes. Well, thank you very much, Frank, for coming on tonight.
Guys, enjoy the movie. Have fun. Nice
Before
talking to
you go, Frank, we have your friend Adam Lambert from Canada, Spencer and Frank's, wanted to let you guys know that they were watching.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
And got
Have a good
one
night, buddy.
question that's probably for you in the chat before you get out. This
Sure.
is Tony Mora is asking. It's like, this is my first celebration getting a tattoo Friday morning at 10 a.m., but also have a ticket for tomorrow. If he gets an early group for tomorrow, will that be honored all day, or is he going to need to go in and get that time changed or something?
They should. I mean, he should ask when he comes in, but just they'll honor it. But if just so he peace of mind, he should just check in. But they'll let him. They should be able to get it. If as long as it's the same day, it should be easy enough for him to get into a later group.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
All right. Good night,
Frank.
guys.
Good one.
Frank.
So it's nice to have Frank on for a little bit to tell us a little about what's going on with the final guests of Celebration. Just give it a few moments to just do our usual shtick before we start. But we're watching Revenge of the Sith tonight, which is episode 3. If you not playing at home, hopefully all of you seen it at some time. But Dave, did you see any of the pressers that they did in Germany for Obi-Wan this past week?
I haven't. I've only seen the still images of them all posing, and I haven't seen all the major things happening. So I assume you have. Tell me what I missed.
I did, but Jeff, did you see it?
No.
Okay. So first and foremost, Ewan, talked about how incredible this was coming back, especially with all the love that the prequels are getting these days. Because they said that initially with especially with episodes 2 and 3, they spent a lot of time in green screen and blue screen because George was trying to push the boundaries of ILM and what they were able to do. But now, it's like it was not critically appreciated, which drowned out the voices of like the kids of that generation. And now the kids of that generation are the parents. So they're starting to hear it. So it brought them back to a place of loving being part of Star Wars again. There you go. Also, Ewan said, look at I just watched the movies again, and before starting filming, and he's like, episode 3 was a great film, and then Hayden said, no, it was a phenomenal film. It was just nonstop action. So they were very excited to get back to the characters. Hayden, you could tell he bulked up quite a bit because he said that that outfit is quite heavy, the Vader helmet and the outfit. But he said that it was like absolutely incredible getting back into the suit, and to be prepared that the fight choreography is closer to what they did in the prequels than closer to what was done in episode 4.
So, I mean, as soon as I heard that, I see in my brain the the fan made re-scene of Vader and Alec Guinness on the Death Star. I see us getting like something close to that.
Right. So, and Ewan also said, if I had $1 for every time someone told me I had the high ground, which is actually pretty funny.
Hello.
Yes. Oh, he came in and said, hi guys. And I was like, again, dude. But no, some great stuff going on from there. Obviously we're prepping for all of our big events over at the Not So Virtual Cantina and the Bunta Eve Cantina, which we hope to see all guys there. But Dave, in preparation for celebration and stuff, what are we looking at for at the VCN?
So dropping very shortly, I just finished editing before we came on, like seconds before we came on, is a special celebrating autographs unboxing. So we're going to see me unbox a lot of the recommendations of autograph getting equipment that you need to have that Frank has recommended over the course of that show. And just, so you guys can go back and check out the previous playlist and see all that stuff and what you might want or need. And while you still got, if you're rocking the Amazon Prime, you've probably got enough time to still get that stuff in. So we got that coming. This week, a celebration-related episode of That Star Wars Funko Pop Show is down, and I think we're hitting right around 100 views or so on that so far.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was a fun one.
Check that one out if you want to get some autographing tips and some other tips about celebration exclusive Funko Pops, because those are out there. You want to talk just a little snippet of that while we're on here?
Yeah, so a little bit of celebration Funko Pops. There's a lot of quite a number of reissues that are going to be there. Also, if you got the large Millennium Falcon with Han Solo in it, there's an Amazon exclusive. There's a version with Lando that's going to be available, as well as the new fad is Diamond Collection. So it's almost like it's bedazzled Funko, and there's a child as well as R2 that are coming out for that.
Okay, I just
which are
got a
great.
new
They're-
variant for the Spencer Funko, which is I'm going to go get that and use my
Bedazzle
Dazzler. Oh, great.
bedazzle.
But yeah, some great stuff. But yeah, definitely check out that show. I talk quite a bit about, getting your autographs on your pops and recommendations and pens and all that jazz. So it's really fun to look at. But yeah, no, check that out. I believe there's going to be another episode of Jedi Archives this coming weekend as well.
Yes.
But yeah, some good stuff. Good stuff. Also, want to let you know that be on the lookout, especially during the Bunta Eve Cantina, and because there will be random pop-ups between Facebook Live and on the VCN of shenanigans going on during Bunta, which, by the way, that bothered me today that this week in Star Wars talked about having shenanigans at Celebration. I'm like, gimmick infringement, brother. Like, what the heck? It's not, if it's not us, it's Favre that talks about shenanigans. But besides that, I mean, Jeff, we're, a lot of our plans behind the scenes for like Bunta and stuff are really coming to fruition right now. I mean, should people be excited about, the stuff that we have lined up for them?
I think there's going to be a lot to take in. So yeah, it's going to be an experience, and there'll be plenty to keep you entertained and things to do and see and experience the entire night. So I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yes. So very excited about that. We hope to see you guys there. But we're about to get to episode 3. So make sure you have the D+ machine up there. Is everybody queued up?
Yep.
I am not queued up. Hold on. Hold on. Slacking tonight.
Talking about bedazzling a pop, which would take 70 years. And he's like, I can't even queue up.
I know. And then this is, of course, the time that, my Disney Plus app decides to hide.
Oh, yeah. Did everybody get their badges activated?
We don't need no stinking badges. No. Again, we do this show too much.
We really do. When you were not here last week, Jeff, Dave and I were like saying the same lines, like at the same time quite often. And now it's like, okay, now all 3 of us are doing the same damn thing.
Right.
Oh, look, yeah. See, this is why I got to get queued up, because I'm like in the middle of Sith.
Yeah, I was in the credits.
I was too. When I logged on, I had to restart. So I don't know. It's pretty hilarious. So Pablo was talking about this on Twitter today. That's actually pretty cool.
Ooh.
All good stuff.
Yes, I'm glad to be Sherry. Thanks for the thoughts.
Yeah, found his
My package.
Is Mike in the chat? Is Mike in the chat?
No, he's not going to read it. Hey, Jason, I'm glad you got your badges today. Looking forward to seeing you and Patience at our event. This is Bryce's second viewing of me for you today. Weren't you working or following Twitter? I mean, I don't know, Bryce, you're slacking, brother. No, I give you a lot of crap, but you're doing a fantastic job. I'm very, very proud of you and Scooby and what you guys are doing. So whenever you're ready, Dave.
I told you, I got to scroll back.
Oh, I didn't realize you were still scrolling.
Well, I'm scrolling, and I'm also trying to get the clock up for everybody. So.
Oh, okay.
Double multitasking.
Well, yeah, I mean, talking to chat, did you pick up any of the autographs today from for After Hours? Did either one of you pick up anything?
No, I kind of considered it, but I'm really leaning towards mainly just a couple of photo ops that I still haven't picked up. We were talking about one shortly ago. But yeah, that's my main thing. I signed up for the Tim Daniel one in Chicago, and it went away when Tim canceled. So that was the only time I'd ever signed up for a photo op, and that got canceled. So I might do another photo op, but we'll see.
Dave, I know that you're busy the Thursday and Friday night, but are you potentially looking on Saturday to try to check out the
So I'm thinking about checking out the after hours a little bit. Is a lot of these are kind of well, okay. For me, some of these I had to look up some people.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
and once I look up and see who some of these people are, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Mhm.
So yeah, I might roll over there and see what's up there. Now the announcements and stuff about Ashley selling out for a couple of days and stuff really did push me to go ahead and lock in my Anthony Daniels.
There you go.
It's just like
that's the one thing I'll say to
push
you.
the button.
Yeah, is that Adam Lambert, one of our members that's in there right now, he messaged me the other day whether or not to get a ticket for either Matt Lanter or Anthony Daniels. And the advice I gave him is like, if there's any person from the OT there, get them.
Yes.
I don't care if you've had a million other autographs from them, get them, because you never know what's going to happen. Unfortunately, after Peter and Carrie and Jeremy and Kenny, you never know. So you want to make sure that you get them. So if you have an opportunity to get Anthony, you have an opportunity to get Ian, do it.
Yeah, so I got that one locked in, and I am ready when you guys are now.
Excellent. So we're going to start the 10-second countdown with 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Sherry's glad that you got your package, Jeff.
Yeah, I mentioned that. I thanked her.
Very cool. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people look at this as the best episode of the prequels. I mean, obviously, it had the most meat behind it than anything else. Everything that's leading up to this.
Serious
I mean,
saber battles.
I mean, as kids, we always heard stories of, oh, Anakin became Vader because of falling in a volcano.
Yeah, exactly.
So seeing this, like, I mean, honestly, I would say that we're coming up on, I think, the best lightsaber battle in the entire saga, with a close second being the Duel of the Fates. But that's just my opinion. What's your thoughts, Jeff?
It's intense. It's the way they shot that, and the energy and effort that was just put in to shoot those scenes. It's incredible. It keeps going on and on. It's like a third of the movie. It's amazing. It's one of my, like you said, it's one of my favorites for sure.
How about you, Dave?
Yeah, I enjoy this a lot. We actually discussed a lot of kind of Anakin's fall on this past week's episode of the Unifying Force when we were doing our tribute to Star Wars mothers, and how you could argue and be attributed that what happens in the last movie and during this is Anakin's fall to the dark side begins with his attachment for his mother. This is why Jedi younglings are removed from their families like immediately and put into the training in the temple. But that attachment and that love for your mother is down the path to the dark side.
Would you say that this? I mean, obviously, for the most part, I think just about every Star Wars movie in the saga, at least, not the offshoot movies, start with some sort of space battle or some sort of skirmish in space. Would you say that this one's probably one of the best ones? Just it jumps right into a middle of a battle.
The reveal is insane here. It's like all it is a little kind of looks like fellas flying out for the day or whatever around the big ship, and then all of a sudden they're in the midst of this nonsense that's just going on.
All right, I'm gonna disagree and go that Star Wars, Episode 4. That's the flying right out over and the battle immediately going there. This is a little too CGI for me. The other one was such a shock and a surprise, and it's like, wow,
Right. Yeah, you can feel the CGI a lot more in this on rewatch, but
Julia, we're in the
Yeah.
opening scene right now.
we're at
We are at
320.
318, 320 right there. Should be on the screen on the Facebook. I hope it is for you guys. I know it doesn't
see it.
show up on YouTube, and I'm sorry about
see it
that.
on the
I know,
Facebook.
actually, yeah, I'm seeing it right now on the Facebook. I'm gonna
Good.
log into the YouTube as well just to see if we get any comments because we seem to.
We are. I'm
We
watching
like to
them.
Okay, we like to broadcast there, and sometimes we forget that it's.
Hey, there's people there.
I got blisters on my fingers.
This is
Yeah,
where the
that's
fun
where
begins.
the hello from Adam is. Adam is over on YouTube, and monitoring that chat there.
Oh, hello,
Yeah, I
there,
mean, this
sir.
is a crazy opening battle. Ashley, it's just everything is going here, there. It's a lot of ships and a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah. There's Tim.
Yep. Just some of the choices too is the little microphone headbands. It's
I was just thinking the same thing.
like,
It's Abba, didn't you know?
Yeah.
there
Little
you go.
crown. Like, that truly makes him the one true king.
Yeah, right.
It's really cool to see these close-ups of these big ships that we, actually they're newer versions from in this movie, but
Right. Is it just, well, I like seeing the echoes of what we know as a Star Destroyer and a Super Star Destroyer,
right.
what they were
Yeah,
as a clone destroyer, just, the paint, and you see, oh, wait, it just that reminder that the good guys become the bad guys. Spoiler alert.
art
And
imitates
then the
life.
bad guys become the good guys.
Kind of that.
Oh no, buzz droids.
Oh, no, but yeah, Buzzer.
Got hit by the buzz droids, and last time I rode Star Tours at Disneyland,
That's
always
awesome.
freaked me out when they buzz in front of the screen and then see R2 zap them. Like,
Yeah, Pierce is like they stole the headband from Padme's in episode 2. It's like,
Yeah. Bondage Padme. On that note,
Don't tell
I got to
Swanee.
drink. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's like, oh, hey. No,
Hey-o.
it's not like there's a teenage Jedi Padawan in charge of my security.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, this is one of the more exciting opening, probably the most exciting opening in a, main Star Wars film, wouldn't you say?
Right.
It just lasts for the longest amount of time. I think there are like some episodes, or maybe the Clone Wars movie started in a similar way. Did it? Was it that?
Similar, yes.
Yeah. Bryce is in there. Obi-Wan and Anakin each are wearing half of Padme's headband.
Yes.
It's like, there you go. Here's R2, going for after the buzz droid. R2 is just much more like hostile in the prequels than in the OT. I mean, he's so much more Chopper-esque.
Well, he was here, like, at that time, he still had a little more attitude. He was not as worn down. I mean, you saw, like, going into Force Awakens, he put himself in kind of like almost like stealth mode, when Luke went off to Ahch-To. So,
Right. Yeah, and he immediately launches out of the ship.
That little flippy move. I mean, kind of like pops up.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, it hits you from like minute one. Is like, this is going to be an intense lightsaber battle. It's like, woo, woo, woo.
Shredding those droids. Roger. I think that was some of the backlash for how people took those droids as well. It's like, kill a bunch of them. They're so annoying. Look at that. Can't take R2 anywhere without him just whipping it out and putting it in a hole.
Hey, oh,
I saw. Did I see? I
Well,
think I
he-
saw somewhere. Was it on this page or was it on Swag Crew that somebody is making a bunch of like droid ports for Swag?
I hadn't seen that one.
I saw that somewhere today.
That's cool. Let's stick them on the wall and have our units pull up.
I guess. I don't know. I didn't see exactly what they were. I don't know if they were poker chips or if they were stickers
Oh, right.
or they
Oh,
were.
I think there was like a bunch of them like on a table. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I saw that. Maybe I didn't understand what they were exactly.
That's
They were
what.
like-
That's maybe I didn't understand what they were. But that was the impression I got. Was a bunch of like droid ports is what it looked like to me, and I think they even mentioned that. But
They had like
think that would be wrong.
three-dimensionality.
mm-hmm.
I think they were coins.
Coins or okay, if they're coins, we're gonna have to get like some stick 'em or something, and like it, just post them like about R2 height on the walls all around the convention center.
Right.
Sherry says Swag Crew.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
cool, excellent. So, people, if you're in the Swag Crew and you're watching, and I would like one of those, and if you would be interested in a virtual Cantina Network keychain,
I totally forgot about him going through the ceiling in the elevator. Now I'm having Batu flashbacks. Speaking of which, I got my Black Spire Outpost.
Very nice.
So if you
I was having like
Rise
Die
of
Hard.
Resistance.
I thought it was Die Hard.
Yeah, well, it just gave me that moment when he plunged up, even though it's the opposite in the ride, just kind of gave me a whole Kylo attacking the elevator car moment.
Oh, I love that.
Doing
We will experience
Kenny.
that in 2 weeks. Oh, yes. We will experience that in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, we will experience it in a big, large group. It's always more fun that way.
Yep. Just like we did in Florida.
Oh yeah,
I'm actually excited for Frank to see it for the first time because he's never seen Batu at all.
That's going to be a different experience for sure. I mean, everybody will be old hat, and he'll be like, wow.
It's always nice. I mean, I went on Smuggler's Run with our moderator Catherine, and as soon as like you're in the shuttle, and as soon as the doors open to get onto the Falcon, like Niagara Falls, like
it is kind of surreal walking into that hallway.
mm-hmm.
And then into the cockpit itself is just another thing.
Right.
Burn them droids.
He's the original murder droid, but then Chopper just would literally like
Took him
go and
to the
shank
next level.
somebody.
Like, hold my beer. Yeah, Mark's saying Swag Crew also.
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
Oh, who's that guy? He's got a very familiar looking chair.
Yeah, right. It looks like the same chair that he's got on Coruscant.
Mm.
He just takes the chair with him. It folds down into a briefcase, and
He has him reupholster it, and that's about it.
Ashley says that R2 just choppered those droids.
Yeah, indeed.
And if you're interested in how Chopper choppers things, check out Ashley and Mark Von Olen in the upcoming Rebels Revisited show. See what I did there?
Yes.
Coming sooner than you
Speaking of
think.
which, next time I think Jeff needs to produce so he can get back used to the controls.
Oh, it could be that too.
That's probably not a bad idea. And well, next week's a long episode. Just keep that in mind.
Yep. Next
Five.
week we'll be watching a number of the five
back-to-back animated shows.
episodes.
Yeah, it was intense right here.
Ashley says clever segue, Dave.
He's got it like that.
We try.
Yep. That's how we roll here at the VCN. And also, don't forget, if you see Charles Scholl at Celebration, you could pick up on T Public still and Yoda, whatever, T-shirt.
And Yoda, whatever. Oh,
So
boom.
this part right here, that right there, I always wondered why we didn't lose Obi-Wan's legs in that process.
I was just thinking about that because first and foremost, you know what it remind me of? It remind me of part of like the backlot ride at Universal when you're
Right. Like
in
on
one of
King
the tunnels
Kong,
and you saw, yeah, and you're seeing that the piece like slowly on a track like going
like
down.
all.
But yeah, wouldn't that make Obi-Wan like almost like a paraplegic?
I would think so. The way that
Right.
felt.
He
It
got
looked
new
like-
legs, like Darth Maul. He got new
Uh-oh.
legs. He should have
That
had
hurt.
to.
It's time for.
Oh,
He's so
shave.
happy.
Just take a little off the top.
Palpatine is so happy. Kill him now.
All right, so here's the question: do you think that when he says "do it," Dooku knows that that's Sidious?
I thought it never occurred to me that Dooku didn't know that was Sidious. I assumed he was in on it. But interesting thought.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Do it. There you go. Release him from that chair. Oh, that's the one. That's the bondage chair. He didn't take that one with him. He left that one in the weird bridge.
He loves to poke the bear, doesn't he? Sidious is like, you remember what happened with your mom and the Sand People? He's almost like that character Chris Farley had on Saturday Night Live. You remember that time when you killed Sand
awesome.
People because they hit your mom? That was awesome.
You remember?
And then you moved into a sand crawler down by the river. No, wait.
Indeed.
Speaking of Matt Wood,
Mr. Wheezy over here. Ooh.
I will say this though. He was the one person, obviously besides Ashley, that I was shocked was in the extra night. Like I would have thought like a Matt Wood would have been main floor.
Main room, yeah.
Mm.
He's so prolific and still very much in on all the productions.
So I was excited. Was it announced? I think it was today, or was either today or yesterday. An announcement, a non-celebration related announcement, is Ashley, Matt, and Matt Lanter, and I think Wood as well, announced for GalaxyCon Raleigh.
I think James Arnold Taylor as well. James has the same age
there was
as
a
him.
huge Clone Wars kind of delegation-y deal announced, and we're like, ooh, excitement.
Nice.
And also the first trailer of season 3 of the Orville New Horizons came out today. And there's a very big Star Wars reference in the episode. I was so inundated with all the shenanigans that were going on within our group with all the announcements that Keato texted me. It's like, have you watched the Orville trail? I'm like, something, I completely forgot it. And I was like, I was dying. I was laughing so hard. But it goes to show, it's a Star Wars reference. So it goes to show that now they're on Hulu and they're part of the Mouse House. They're going to crack jokes.
They can say what they want and not really worry about it, as long as it's not negative, probably. But yeah, it's easy for them to use stuff like that and not have to have any worry of somebody saying, hey, no, we can't do that.
Well, it's like what you watch a lot of the DC shows, and all of a sudden they'll mention like the Flash, and they'll mention Star Wars isms, or they'll reference Marvel in the middle of a DC show.
Well, yeah, it's all over the place in terms of where it's referenced, but in this case, there's not a legal reason for them to say they can't do it because they're under the same legal umbrella.
Yep.
It's Mr. Wheezy. Oh, crazy. How did he just pop it right on top of him?
We're
Yeah, I
small
don't
for
know.
this.
Imagine.
It's like they put a cup on him as they ran by.
There you go.
Also, Hayden looked very Anakin-esque in that long, or Vader-esque in that long black jacket that he was wearing in those pressers over
Oh
in
yeah,
Europe.
I think there was the pleating on it made it look very Vader undersuit esque. So
Right.
yeah, it was like he was like a stripped down version of Vader, except for he had high water pants on. But then he
Yes.
fixed that for the newer shots today.
Oh, I
And
thought
then
it was more like hammer pants.
like
He was
Well,
wearing
Like
skids.
like
They were
Dad
kind
bod
of-
Boba Fett pants.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah,
of
but
all
his pants are like, Boba Fett had like, they're almost more like skids that had the elastics at the bottom around the ankle, so it ballooned out, but it went, whereas his kind of like hammer pants, but they like, you still saw his socks.
right. Well, Hayden's went up even higher.
Yes.
They were just high waters, capris. I don't know whatever the style is called.
I don't know. I'm still harboring on the fact that Ewan was wearing white gym socks with black shoes, but that's
At least he was wearing khaki pants or something, so it wasn't
Yes.
like he was, really dressed up.
right.
Is that his real facial hair in this scene? Because it almost looks like applied facial hair.
I don't know if there were like scenes that were refilmed
Yeah,
or
maybe it was-
something where he had to, like the
They had to match it or something.
I don't know.
But Jeff, did you watch from Star Wars Night the episode of Always Believe that Ashley dressed as Obi-Wan from this? She put the beard on.
Yes. I was just watching that recently.
That was a good episode, but yeah,
he leans into it. It's a lot of fun. That's really what I was thinking of
Yeah.
when I thought of that too. When I was looking
so was
at
that when you mentioned the fake one? I'm thinking of Ashley from that episode.
Yeah, Brian doing his Anakin and Ashley doing an amazing version of Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Stick on beard. At one point, she said she thinks she ate her part of her beard accidentally, but she kept doing the funky
Welcome
dance.
to our world.
Don't eat
All the
facial
time.
hair too much, at least not intentionally. I guess she didn't do it intentionally either.
No.
But
Oh, Grievous pulling a Leia.
a little different. More like a
Use the
Spider-Man.
Force.
Oh, no.
Okay, so the windows are open. Before that, shouldn't their eyes be like bulging out, like kind of like
It's
Total
the
Recall
Schwarzenegger
at the end of
Force.
That's not how the Force works.
the.
Ugh.
But see, I've always thought it's highly amusing and funny how like the battle droids will like run away from Obi-Wan or something like that. Why are the robots programmed to care?
Or to have, yeah, it's like their mission is to do this one thing. They shouldn't be affected by.
Yeah, I mean, I know they play it for comic relief, but
Yeah, sometimes they lean a little too hard into the battle droids being goofy in this whole trilogy. They were one of my least favorite things early on. They kind of grew on me a bit, but they still annoy the hell out of me.
Yep.
So I was happy to see so many mowed down early on in this. This is where the fun continues.
Still flying half a ship.
Yeah, let R2 land it, Notman says. Everything's shredding off of it. Yeah, just breaking up. Can't hold her. She's breaking up. Do they need to rebuild it? Better.
We can faster. No.
You could aim at it. What is he? Where are they going? Oh, they do kind of aim it at something, don't they? These fire troopers.
Yeah, they're going down. I don't. Yeah, landing strip.
I don't understand the need for a strip. Normally, none of these ships actually land like this.
Exactly.
You come in and you go down like a jump jet or something. Look at that. Took out the freaking poor.
Time to buzz the tower. Wait.
Negative Ghost Rider, the patterns.
That right there was a little reminiscent of one of the scenes in Star Tours as well, where you end up in the hangar at the end with Naboo starfighter poking a hole in the front end of the.
Well, generally reminiscent of how I fly on the Falcon is crash it right into.
Oh yeah, that too. Isn't the Falcon in that shot we just saw?
Yes, we did. I was actually just looking for it.
That wide shot of the landing areas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering when this was done, they did a pretty good job in terms of compositing most of it, but it's still, he's got the high ground right there, by the way.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Time code on the movie, Dave Jolly, is 2423. If you are watching on the Facebook, that is right there in the center at the bottom, there should be a running time code for you.
Yes. Right below the clash. I want to see a Rex droid pull up behind him and give him his belongings.
Oh, because he had to check his saber.
Yeah, exactly. Are you all right? Now he's all goofy again.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Lucas's daughters behind Palpatine.
Yep.
Must be nice to have a dad that's a bajillionaire producer.
Does she still have the space braces that she had in episode 1?
I don't think so. I think they've been removed by now.
Now, is this the same daughter that he basically totally made the Ewok movies for?
I think
one
it's
of
Katie.
I think it was the older one.
Notman's watching D+ with German overtitles.
Okay.
It's like hearing Obi-Wan in German.
Oh, you can hear it. Wow. Nice. Oh, it's dubbed, huh? That's funny.
That's fun. Now he has just introduced a new level of the watch along. I may have to do that.
Oh, geez.
Nine, Anakin.
I love the homage to the Leia buns here.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're much more refined and sort of.
They're like ovally. They're
they're more robust and like they probably put something inside them to make them.
And he'd probably hear Darth Vader in its original language too, since Vader means father in German.
Darth
Vader. There you go. Yeah, those are more like eclairs rather than cinnamon buns.
No, we're not round eclair.
They're oval eclairs.
They look like they look a little bit like the garlic, or not garlic, but the pretzel knots that they have at Oga's currently, or they did at least on Star Wars Day.
Oh, Sherry's counting outfits. We're on one.
Oh,
thank you.
I forgot about that. It won't be the same, but it's still pretty intense.
So he's talking about the fact that he gave her some midichlorians.
Yeah,
wah, wah, wah. Well, his count was more than Master Yoda, so he had some to spare.
Oh, he got twins. That's why.
Indeed. Hey, there's one of those parked on top of Docking Bay 7 in Batuu.
Exactly. That was what I was about to say. It's like, that is a familiar ship right there.
I've eaten many a meal underneath it.
Yep.
This is the Utapau is such a weird
Okay, so here's something that some people talked about is obviously the Grand Inquisitor is from Utapau. And people are saying why couldn't they made the Grand Chancellor from Utapau look like he's supposed to look, and that's how they made Inquisitor for the cartoon. But he's got a nice round face.
They backed off of it for the show, right?
So my take on this is, I'm hoping something like why they really simplified Ahsoka's Montrails and stuff like that is it's for stunts, and that he's going to be like going crazy, flippy dippy, lightsabery nuts, and like this costume, this prosthetic on the face wouldn't roll for that.
Right.
I think the
it's
shape
possible.
could have been more.
And Naaman says,
go ahead.
Naaman was saying there's nothing wrong with an eclair or two.
It's when you have more than that. You get the place shut down. Oh no, that's back yet.
That's pretty close to that. But yeah, I'm hoping it's something that there's a reason behind. It's like the adjustments in the facial structure of Cad Bane that didn't bother me because they adjusted it because it's not animation. They wanted it to be practical. Could they have CGI'd that? Yes.
Right.
But,
I think going practical, especially with so much easily done digital stuff, if they can do it right, is a better look. Because we're getting into too much uncanny valley stuff lately where it's easy to tell or be weirded out by the whole look of some characters.
And there's outfit number 2.
Mm-hmm. She's got a hell of a hairbrush. She could do some damage. And her hair just like poofed out.
I have to experience the eclair at the Not So Virtual.
That sounds like
okay. So you see this imagery. It's very similar to the way Grogu was seeing Order 66 in episode 6 of Fett.
Edge distortion and weird coloring and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and it's reminiscent. I don't know that they have the edge distortion and stuff, but they reminiscent of Din's flashbacky droid dreams.
A little bit,
right?
Yeah, I think lesser though.
I do think lesser, not exactly that, but just the direct focus on the face of the child crying, and then the outer.
Yeah. Sort of everything else, not really.
So Dave Jolly wants to know, do we think they'll ever do an alternate Star Wars universe where Anakin did not join the dark side?
If you want a lot more of that discussion, you should check out an episode of The Unifying Force. What if Qui-Gon had lived? And another one about what if Padme had lived. So those are 2 episodes of the Unifying Force show available at www.youtube.com/The Virtual Cantina Network. Look for the Unifying Force playlist.
There's that damn Japor snippet again.
What woman sleeps in a cave? Everyone should sleep in a cave, Ashley, because if it's good enough for Orlando Calrissian, it's good enough for the rest of us. It's like in The Princess Bride. Why are you wearing a mask? Masks, they're terribly comfortable. I think everyone in the future will be wearing them.
Damn Wesley. Or in that case, the red.
Good night, Wesley. I'll probably kill you tomorrow.
The Red Pirate Roberts.
Yes. And see, if you just sat down and really had a conversation with Master Yoda, maybe he could tell you that was just a dream and not a forced premonition.
Right.
Or
mellow out, man. but she gets turned on by it, so it's all good.
Well, especially when he talked about killing the women and the children in the last movie. She was quite turned on from that.
So, but shouldn't they know by now that it's twins and not just a baby?
Well, you know, we don't. I mean, the medical droids had no idea why Padme was dying. I mean, do they have medical droid ultrasounds? Who knows?
Broken heart, you know why.
It's you know, she sleeps in the crown. There you go. Well, anybody, if Padme has been able to live through those ridiculous headpieces as the queen, I'm think sleeping in the crown is probably comfy.
Compared to that.
But yes.
Sleeps in the crown, has big hair and stuff, big costumes, dies of sadness.
Dies of sadness. Is it with no, nope, not doing that joke. See, right there. Rejoice for those around you who join in the force.
Nice. Train yourself. You're supposed to train me.
Some of our big fancy views of the temple.
Yeah, giant hallways.
And for as ancient of, you know, an order as the Jedi are, it is just strikingly modern.
It's ancient modernism.
Well, yeah, they probably had great, you know, fundraising campaigns.
There you go.
Persuade people. You want to donate more. Want a wing named after you.
I donated to the Jedi Temple Reconstruction Fund, and all I got was a stupid T-shirt.
Was this lousy cloak?
Dave's thinking,
hello,
I got an idea.
Public.
I order. I love the traffic lanes.
Yep.
So straight.
Well, that was a quick turnaround from him walking with Kenobi to all of a sudden, wow, he just appears. He's next to Palpatine.
Best buddy.
I think that was intentional and purposeful. It's just like, I'm taking the thing here. I'm taking the advice here. It's like, both.
They should have him beam through. That would have been awesome.
Beaming across, Scott Snotty.
Yeah.
No,
Snotty.
By the way, Dave, I'm halfway through season 2 of Picard, and so many references to the original movies and everything throughout the entire series. It's pretty awesome.
More of the cast, right? Of the Next Generation and stuff.
No, not that's gonna be in season 3.
Not yet.
But
that was
references.
Season 3.
Oh, okay.
Including Wesley.
No.
Crusher.
Yes.
The Chancellor is disturbing.
By the way, I love the fact that you put the Mark Hamill scenes from Big Bang Theory into the playlist for Bunta.
Of course. Yeah, and I looked for it, but I didn't think I found like good clips of the James Earl ones. I don't think
you got a good one. You should do I was thinking about this. You should do an episode of Unifying Force. What if Anakin doesn't take a seat?
What if Anakin doesn't take a seat? What if he just whips out the lightsaber and goes right ham at Windu right there? Just snaps and goes.
Or waits for Windu to get up and face him.
Windu!
Don't.
See this dude right here. I want to like, where is he? Where is he hologramming in from? Because he's always just chilling.
What was that meme? He's at that strip club.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Good relations with the Wookiees I have.
I like them Wookiees. Him and Maz.
Maz.
Love them
Yes.
Wookiees.
I like that Wookiee. Where's my boyfriend?
Make some Wookiee cookies.
Which I hear are very good at Star Wars night.
Uh-huh. I didn't
Ooh.
get one. There was
Wookiee
so much
cookies
stuff.
at Star Wars night? What? Where?
There was so much
They have
stuff.
new food.
Yeah, they
They're
had
only
a
available.
sand cookie or something. But a lot of that stuff sold out literally before the event started because they started selling stuff at 6. But by 9,
I did
like I went to
see
get food at
that
8,
like
and they're like, oh,
the bantha pot roast is available still at Docking Bay, and the Mon calamari.
those are standard
milk
menu items
is
for the
good.
time being.
Yeah, which
Um,
everybody says is horrible.
the which? Which
The
one?
the Mon calamari blue milk that has the sour jellies underneath it and the
Oh yeah,
the
that one
mango
looks weird.
swirl.
I gave up on the milks in general quite a while ago.
Unless
Once
you're
they
in
got the-
unless you're in Florida and you have the alcohol in it.
Well, that's the only reason I would get a blue milk is to get the alcohol, because they're not going to just give me the alcohol.
Oh yeah.
You have to take this other stuff too, and I'm like, okay. But when they went to the Toydarian swirl with the tahine like spicy mix on top and the mango jelly and swirl inside, and I was like, they're overdoing this crap. And yeah, so I think I tried that one, and I was just like, no, not my thing. I will not buy blue milk while I'm on Batu. That's just not a drink that I will drink. I will drink many of the drinks that they sell at Ronto Roasters and at Docking Bay 7, and pretty much anything on the menu in Oga's.
Yes, I was going to say, I think you have
over multiple times while I'm there.
I enjoy the blue milk. I do. I haven't had the adult blue milk though. I have had. There we go.
Well, you mean like in a bar type blue milk, or the one that?
Oh, you mean
'cause
like
they-
the
one-
Ogas?
Like you can
One
get
in Oga's-
alcohol in blue milk at Disneyland, right? You can't at World.
No,
Disneyland.
only talking about World.
Oh, it's only okay. It was the other way
Yeah,
around.
and the one that they sell in Oga's is non-alcoholic. It's just not frozen.
Oh.
And it comes with a cookie, which I'm not
But
a
you
big
buy the
fan of,
cookie by itself.
but Mr. Spencer over there is a fan of those cookies.
Mm.
Yes, because Ashley recommended that we get a plate of cookies. So,
Ashley's
what I
like
did is I
everything
got a
except
pic-
the fuzzy tauntaun. It's painful. I like the fuzzy tauntaun. It's like,
Fonty
Notman loves
Fuzzy
the fuzzy
Tauntaun is painful. I agree with you, Ashley. My throat closed up when I had that. But she wants the Melorone juice that you can get at Ronto Roasters.
Yeah, that's good. I like that one. I had that with the there was a special menu item on May the 4th. It was a pork cutlet sandwich that I tried, which was
How
pretty
was
good.
that?
I liked it. It had weird. It had
Pork
like
rind?
yeah, the pork rinds on top. I kind of crushed them up as I pushed down the bread, but it had like sriracha sauce on it. It was pretty good. I just wasn't as hungry as I thought I was at that point in the day.
Not man, fuzzy me up, Buttercup. Yeah, that's you.
We're gonna. Okay, you asked.
So Jeff, do you need reservations for Oga's for Star Wars night, or is it walk-ups only?
Yeah, it's
since it's an event.
no. I think the reservation system was open or is for that when the 60 days out or whatever for those time frames. I'm not positive, but walk up will be available as well in a limited fashion. We were able to walk up at least once on the 4th, and I think you would have gone through the normal system to get reservations for.
Okay, I didn't know it because it was an after hours event. If they had the after hours times even on the app, or if they were all walk ups.
I thought I was looking at it and seeing that there was like it cut off at 7 or something weird like that, kind of making it seem like that was something to do with the after hours part, but I can't remember for sure. But I know there was a good amount of people waiting to get in. Oh, there's what's her face from the
Oh,
And there's
Flashdance.
George.
yeah, that's her
And there's
twin cousin.
George.
Yep, George and his daughters again.
Yeah, I know the whole
Blue,
level
Rabba
of
Doo,
he
Rabba
can't
Da.
sense that Palpatine is a Sith Lord this entire time.
Ashley said she has mouse dining reserve alerts for the 27th.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I probably need to throw those on too.
They're very likely to pop up the 26th late in the day, because that's when everybody has to cancel for the next day. But you never know. I got one weird one at like 2 PM one time. I was like, what?
All mine always seem to come in at like the middle of the night. They come in at like 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah, I got like
So, yeah,
three.
those ones
three,
are like
4, 6
you put in
a.m.
for an advanced date, and then when they actually drop, it's like in the middle of the night.
Mm.
And so that's usually, but if you get it like at 11 o'clock at night or something, at least West Coast time, that's likely somebody who's canceling last minute from not being able to be there at the park the next day or whatever, or canceling the park reservation as well. You don't want to get dinged for that $10 stupid credit fee for not showing up for your reservation.
Oh yeah, I'm.
Is it $10 or 65?
I thought it was 10, but I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was $65 if you don't.
All I know is that I tend to be as diligent as I can to go and physically cancel things that I don't want to do once I get there if I hadn't already.
Well,
Right.
see, I'm bad about is I
window.
will game the system a little bit and just if I forget, modify the reservation for a couple days out.
Oh, right.
What?
If it'll let you do that, but
Yeah.
like once you get to the date, I don't know if you can.
I don't know if Land will, World will. You can do it at World.
Yeah, maybe something with the apps, because I know they're different.
Ash said $10 per person, so that must be just for Ogas. Because if you go to a restaurant like at Disney Springs and you have a reservation, I think they charge like 65. I think I got hit for that once, and when I tried to cancel day of, they charged me like $20.
Yeah, and it depends on the restaurant too. Is some of the like premier dining places like CRT and stuff, they'll charge you the whole blame thing.
But all the
It's like
experiences and stuff, like Droid, if you're making a reservation at like Savi's or Droid Depot and don't show up, they're gonna ding you for that $10 as well. But if you go up to them on, like, if you walk into the park and you had made a reservation that you don't want to fill now, and you didn't have a chance to cancel it the night before, then you can cancel like at their cash register. So just walk up, say I need to cancel. Somebody else will gladly walk up and ask if there's any openings, in the next few minutes, most likely, and jump on it. So it's not like they're losing anything. Have you ever heard the tragedy? I can't even say it. Tragedy
of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
I still think of Gilbert Godfrey saying it when we posted that.
Yeah, that was a great. This is the weirdest Waterworld.
Water really kind of is one. It's like,
I was gonna say Cirque du Soleil show, but anyways, I'm gonna shut up for a minute.
Ashley says the last time she checked, Savi's will charge for the whole saber if you don't show up.
Oh, really? Damn. Okay, that's even worse.
Yep.
That's pretty hardcore. 220, 219 plus tax. That's pretty hefty price tag.
well,
Yeah.
like I said, is they'll do that to you. I know at World for like the Spirit of Aloha show and stuff like that. We even
Bigger, more popular stuff. Yeah,
we showed for our reservations, but one member of our party wasn't there, and they're like, we're gonna charge you for their whole dinner.
Yeah. Should have grabbed somebody off the street and been like, here.
Yeah, I mean that.
Just put it up on light.
There you go. Put it up on light.
On light. Anybody in the WDW that is at the Poly right now?
Speaking of the Poly, they showed some of the themed rooms that they just redid on a couple of the blogs lately. It's looked pretty nice.
Oh, is it they redo to the Lilo and Stitch theme or no?
And also Moana and
What reservation do you have for 8:30 in the morning, Bryce? Is that Savi's?
I guess so, because he's got to be at Biggs by 2.
So I guess, yeah, because him and Mike are going early. But that's like, for an average day, that's not the best time to build. I love Kashyyyk, although this is very video gaming.
Yeah.
Because then you have to carry the bag around for the rest of the day, and I have a bad habit of dropping, especially the Savi's bags, and it makes me very sad when I hear that saber hit the ground. But the ideal time, I feel, is about 7 o'clock at night, and you come out and the sun is setting, especially in the summer, and you go fire up that saber, and you're like in the perfect lighting for it. There you go, even that one. Ooh, those things are so loud.
Yes, this one is loud.
But in the right light on Batu, those are amazing.
Oh, and now Yoda with the disc. A master is needed.
Oh no!
None of these trumps over here.
Yeah, this is now like more things I have to pack since like the Disney and the Saber meetup. Now it's like crap. It's yet another.
I was considering bringing a handful of my Savi's sabers if people needed them, so that could be an alternative if you feel the need not to stick that somewhere if it's not going to fit. I always felt that this was way too few Wookiees.
Maybe you don't need that many Wookiees.
Is it bad that I'm looking for chrysanthemum in that pile of brown?
Where are the dark colored Wookiees? Oh, those troopers looked very stiff.
So do we have, I don't know, I don't read enough of the comics. Do we have enough backstory on Chrysanthemum that was he here? He might have been. He might not have been. I don't know.
I know, Bryce.
How old is he in Boba Fett? Because that would give you a better idea of what his role could have been at this point. Because this is what, 30 years prior? So he could have been a little kid running around.
Well, but no, but Wookiees live for hundreds and hundreds
of years.
Because I mean,
Chewie's 200.
Chewbacca's in there.
But yeah, and so Chewie's only 170 or 180 or whatever right now. Wookiee Tarzan, yeah, that was fun.
I love the how just British, not British, but Scottish, like Ewan becomes in there, or Obi-Wan becomes in this little scene. He wasn't at all like that matter of facty whatever in episode 2. Bryce says Chewie's 190 at the time of Solo.
Okay.
So
at this point, he's about 180, 175, something like that. Is this 10 years before Solo? Probably 180. I knew he was 200 in A New Hope. Oh, there's Tim again.
And again, and again, and again, and again.
And some other variations of weird looking non-Tims. I don't know.
It's Tim with a different haircut, Tim with another different haircut.
Wow. He's got his crown back on.
Phew. What do they do with all these hyperdrives? They're just sitting there floating around the ship all the time, They have to like load them all up before they move on to the next place.
Gather them up and then deploy them again when they stop. Oh no! Quit murdering Padme.
Now it's all Obi-Wan's fault.
Mm-hmm. I like Anakin's glove in this, covering up his robot hand. I mean, not found.
Oh, yep. That's what I was getting ready to ask, is how many outfits we're on. I was thinking 5. We're on 4. There we go. I guess we don't count the instant robe and the cape. That doesn't. Nope.
Same one.
Yep.
Save you.
Save you. I can just turn to the dark side and follow this senator who knows surprisingly much about Sith legends. But it's totally innocent.
You just had me cut some dude's head off recently too. It's all good. I hadn't been doing much of that before I met him, but now I do it. Well, he was a little kid when he first met him, so I shouldn't say that.
Yes.
And
I find it just surprising how many civilizations in Star Wars are built inside of giant craters.
Right.
It's just like, oh, it's a giant crater. Just set up house in there.
Just a sinkhole. They're like, oh, my house fell in the sinkhole. Let's just move into the sinkhole.
There he is. There's the dude.
What's the actor's name? Something Spence. Something. I can't remember. Anyways,
I do not know.
he plays a lot of sort of iconic creature type characters.
Again, people in the chat with actual knowledge or research, let us know.
Brains at work. So we stepped up on him. See, he needs Katie's braces from the other episode.
Yeah, right.
Face braces. Bruce Spence. Bruce Spence.
Yeah. I knew it was
See, I knew Ashley was in the chat and would have actual answers.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Ashley, is I think that's why we don't get this makeup for Kenobi is for stunt purposes. There's no way.
Yeah, how many stunts did the Coneheads do? Not that many.
They weren't swinging around lightsabers, that's for sure. Especially not ones that you can use as a helicopter.
Oh yeah, that's true. This thing. Wow.
Yeah, this thing is one of the more interesting choices of this.
Yeah. It was sort of reminiscent of like a dewback or something from the original trilogy, though.
Kind of looks like a green scuttle.
It's got a lot of bird elements to it, especially in the face. There you go. I made a toy like that with Obi-Wan in it.
They may have. I don't know. My stuff is mostly earlier.
He's being all stealthy on that thing.
Yeah, is when it's running around, it's like, but now it's like, shh, creepy.
Go slow and I'll be quiet. Like, what if it saw something it wanted to eat or something? It was like, started running off.
Uh-oh.
He knew he's going to be seeing General Grievous. Uh-oh, almost time.
Got to dump the robe first.
Yep, it'd be too fluttery. Blup.
And
Yeah.
General Kenoooooobi.
One thing that I enjoyed a lot about the micro series that Frank earlier mentioned, there was signers from the original Clone Wars animated series, was that they basically gave you an idea as to why Grievous has that cough, and because you saw him get the injury that caused it.
Oh yeah, the whole back series where his like lungs are crushed, and
Yeah, like wasn't he fighting Mace or somebody? And he
I think it was
crushed
Windu. It was the episode where Windu just like jumps like 14 football fields at once with the Force,
it, right?
which tells you that falling out of a window ain't no big deal.
Shouldn't have been that bad of it. This was so cool.
2 minutes ago, Mike broadcasted from Oga's.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so he had to go to work today. He's in the office.
Yes.
Yeah, he said
Well, he's in
something.
he's in the cafeteria right now.
He's on break.
Boom! I think that's the most hilarious thing
Stop him.
ever. It's just whoop, 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 boink.
Yep.
What was it like
Up your nose.
in Batman Forever when that Two-Face's guys
No.
is like doing a
No.
lot of flips and kicks and Batman squares off and just does boom, knocks him the F out.
No, that was the original one. That was 89,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
where the Joker's henchman has the
Right.
two-bladed sword and he just pop.
Yep.
Sort of a take on Indy when Harrison had dysentery or whatever, and they shot that scene where the guy busts out the big scimitar, and he
Yep.
just like screw it,
He
pulls out
shoots
his
him.
gun.
It's just you're done.
It was supposed to be a different type of scene, but it ended up coming out so cool and in his,
See, that's become so very Harrison, because isn't that the impetus behind I Know? Because Harrison's like, he wouldn't do this. He wouldn't get all emotional. He wouldn't have the thing. He just do it again. Another
Right.
take.
Well, that one was him getting into the psyche of the character. The other one with the gun was him wanting to get through the scene because he was feeling like shit, literally. And because he had gotten, food poisoning or something that made him sick. And instead of trying to bust out the whip and deal with the guy, it's like, okay, just pull out the gun and make short work.
You're done.
So
Nice
for
bird.
somebody who
Lizard doggy.
just literally set his ship up into the stratosphere, so he'd take him by surprise, he's domesticated that creature pretty quickly and saddled him.
It's the Force,
Out of
man.
saddle.
That's how the Force works.
Bruce Spence might have gave it to him.
Because he's from Stu John.
There you go.
John.
Stu John 57 or whatever, some weird number. That thing that Grievous escaped in. I love that wheel vehicle.
It reminds me, there's a Joe vehicle like that, actually a Cobra vehicle like that.
They probably stole it from something. They probably like had a toy already and was like, make this.
There's also something like that in Men in Black 3.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a kid,
and I was just watching there's the bad missile ship destroyer things. I was just watching Battleship over the weekend. Those little buggies. So, that's what you get when you make an entire feature movie from a board game.
Yeah, not even really a board game.
Yeah.
Pegboard game.
Yeah. This is a different chair, at least. It's not the exact Emperor's chair. Yeah, see, Jason Dougie's like, I remember that Cobra vehicle. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but there's totally a Cobra vehicle that looks just like the wheel with the buzz. Is it Buzzsaw? Is it called a Buzzsaw?
Anakin's too easily manipulated right here.
Buzzbore Buzzsaw vehicle from Hasbro, 1987.
Yeah. Am I wrong, or does Hasbro have no presence at this celebration?
No, they're gonna be there.
They're gonna be there, but I don't think we've heard cool stuff yet. No.
Yeah, no, they announced when we did the last special on May the 4th that they were gonna be at Celebration.
But they
Okay.
didn't announce cool exclusives, though, did
Right.
they?
No, not yet.
Nothing specific. Because I was noticing when they were generally listing the lottery options for vendors or for exhibitors, and they talk about Funko and Lego, and Hasbro is like in my mind is the big three, those three. So I mean, Loungefly, great. I'm not going to get a Loungefly bag, but good for those that want to get Loungefly bags. But I was expecting to see something about Hasbro being named just as a generality.
Okay, I'm just here to say for Loungefly executives, if you're watching right now, we need a version that's 3 times the size, and I'll buy it.
The actual backpack size.
Just
Never.
make me a bigger one
$200.
of the X-Wing with the little R2 Funko that fits in it. Make it my size.
There you go. Dave has spoken.
There were people, there were guys slightly smaller than me. In Spencer, I sent you text from the Funko store that I was in.
Yes.
Wearing like Loungeflies, and I'm just like, dude.
Make them look huge.
Yes. Yes, actually, I like I said, if it were 3 times the size, I would want that Loungefly so bad. And there's so many others, like the Boba Fett Rocket Pack Loungefly. Yes.
Some of them are pretty cool looking. But again, like you say, I mean, I have no interest because they're little tiny things. Like what would I put in it first of all, and then wearing it would be weird looking just in general. I wouldn't feel comfortable.
Well, those are the two concerns too. It's just teeny tiny on me, and I mean, what am I putting in it? A ham sandwich, and that's it. And
yep.
Mama Cass.
That's how it
sandwich.
begins. Actually, like I got the Grogu one for Christmas, and now I have 12 of them.
Ooh.
That is how Funkos started for me. I wonder why someone.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You see one in a store in Chicago, and they multiply.
Either that, or you go shopping with Spencer, and he says, "Ooh, I think you're gonna like this, Dave."
Yes. And I'm sorry, when on Free Comic Book Day they're buy 2 get 1, you start off with, ooh, I need that one, and then you're like, well, if I'm buying 1, I might as well buy 2, and then I get 3.
Ooh. I have part of that scene with the wheel and Grievous and Obi-Wan set up in my hallway in action figures.
Ooh.
That's kind of cool.
I have like shelves in the hallway that go around the top, and part of it is them.
Obi-Wan has 14 broken ribs.
Well, he already lost his legs. I'm surprised he's breathing.
Well, when he tries to kick Grievous in the junk and basically...
Oh, look at that. You should punch him in the heart. That's what he
like, Wolfman's got nards. No.
Ooh. He's got some crazy claw feet. Oh, no. He stepped on his toe. Look at that. He just broke his knees and his face.
Yes.
Like, and then somehow held on. Like his fingertips are like super Jedi powerful. Boink. Ooh, right in his chest cavity. Like he couldn't have done that without opening it up. You should have showed him stuff some like oily rags in there or something. Damn.
Yeah, Dave, I have Dave Jolly, I have over 600 myself.
Yes, I'm not at 600 yet, Dave. I don't.
He said yet
anymore.
This is being recorded. He did say yet.
Yes.
I'm getting a little tired of
it is not only the Star Wars ones at this point, that's where we thought it would start, but the G.I. Joe collection is growing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have.
Lamont is here.
Lamont's rocking episode 3 with us.
Hello.
he wants to finish up or redo the Dark Trooper armor that he wears so that it's good and fresh for celebration, and get a new weapon ready. I've made
You got
so
2
many
weeks.
Yeah, no shit.
Or as they said,
No.
what's say once again in that from Toriko, 2 weeks.
It's actually less than that because Monday and Tuesday are other things, and Wednesday.
Mhm. Yeah, we're kind of busy for a couple of days.
Yeah. Don't start
Like
with the
10
Black
days.
Series figures either, Bryce, because
That started for
before
me too.
I didn't have any of those either before.
That wasn't me. I did not influence you on the Black Series. That was all Bryce.
Yeah, the Black is. I wanted a variety of things. I was like all 3 3/4 figure person before, but it's like, well, I
When they
want
put
some of
Black
those.
Series on cards, imitating the 3 3/4 style.
They did
that's
for a
what
couple. Yeah,
That's what, like at Celebration in Chicago, there was at least 2
yeah.
or 3.
The Luke and there was
Um,
there was a Luke in the X-wing gear and there was Maul.
Is that what it was? Okay, yeah, the Han. I think was at like Disneyland or somewhere. But yeah, when I saw them do that, I was like, okay, that's insane. The giant cards with a nice, fresh, big style figure with great details and paint job. That's when they.
I still love the fact that we went to toy stores trying to build out Skip's his whole thing. Gets a Django Fett at a very good price. Leaves in the car. Dave ships it to him, and he doesn't get a Tamora Morrison time for Celebration.
Sadly.
No, I hadn't heard that. He didn't get it.
Yeah, he did not get a time.
Oh,
see, you could have kept it, and
that is sad. Well,
Yeah.
see, I was still hoping that more times would open up for Tim. I was, because the 2 of the 3 Funkos that I bought this weekend were Boba
Right.
Fett Funkos. So still hopeful.
Yes.
Celebrations are built on hope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you.
Actually, no, not the Hot Toys figures. Oh, you will go broke.
Oh no, she's an admin for Sideshow. So
So, Ashley, about the Hot Toys figures, my address is.
I'm sure you and might have some fun.
Oh, that would be fun. Do some.
I have to bring him a saber.
Oh, I meant to ask.
Well, I
Frank.
think Nala wants to do that.
I meant to ask Frank this one is was there any word put out in the details for the after hours event? Stolen my trademark, by the way, Lucasfilm. I'm coming for you.
Right.
But any mention of
Have to go
plexiglass?
down.
I don't know.
I just thought that would be an interesting deal because they are right through. No,
Hey, try spinning. That's a good trick.
Oh, here it comes.
Boink.
Oh.
Sorry, Calfisto.
Did Mace's saber say BMF on it?
That's the word from Samuel L.
Or BAMF?
Ian loved filming the saber scenes.
Well, I mean, it's funny because I mean his saber hilt is just this little small, unassuming little like stealth saber thing, and you're battling Samuel L. Jackson with, if his prop is anything like the Disney props, is big, giant, heavy chunk of metal thing.
I still think that Dooku has the best saber.
Wow.
So I'm so glad I picked that up at.
Oh, that one is so solid. That's such a nice piece. I have a mini one over here in a little display case that they I forget who made it. It's about this long, scale version, and that thing, I love just the style of it. You're under arrest.
So why does he call him my lord there? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It's like senator, emperor, like chancellor.
Yeah, he's chancellor now, right?
Right.
No, I hate this no crap. Oh,
Like,
no,
my saber catches the force lightning. It's like, no.
Mark says Master Replica made it.
That sounds about right. I used to get a lot of Master Replica stuff, but it was, it's got no blade and whatever.
So do you think the scarring came from the lightning?
He's getting zapped in the face and it's making him ugly.
Or is he like a Nosferatu?
Oh, like revealing his actual, that's the thing. Did he reveal his actual true self, or did he get worse looking from it, just in general, like damaged?
Transform this decayed form to Palpatine, the ultimate power. That's one saber I need to buy. I've seen them at cons, is a full replica of the Thundercats sword.
Oh yeah, completely. I need a sword of almonds. Lightsaber noises are making Ahsoka freak out. No, come on. If your name is Ahsoka, you can't freak out at lightsaber noises.
Him. I love how he says, snap that arm. He has to survive. Like, you just, not too long ago, you killed freaking Dooku.
Yep.
That's not the Jedi way either. Zappy, zap, zap. Unlimited power.
So this is how Nick Fury loses his eye.
That's how Nick Fury loses the eye, right there.
Popped it right there.
Had nothing to do with the floor again.
Not that windy for how high they are too, which is kind of interesting. Should be seeing more.
Right. Well, especially when the subtitles
Well,
come in.
look at Palpatine's hair. It was kind of like, it's kind of doing the Trump in the back. That's the best way to say it.
Oh, mercy.
He's got the meanest looking forehead right there.
Okay. And it's just like, I give up. We're done. Help me save Padme's life. It's not like,
that's all I want.
How can I live without you? Okay, so here's the thing. He said to him, you join me and I can help you save Padme. And he's like, we can work on this together. It's like, dude, you're just saying, it's like fake it till you make it. Like, yeah, we could do this. Okay, you got the job. Okay, we'll figure it out when you get here.
And like a few minutes earlier, he's telling the story of Darth Plagueis. Why he's very highly, insinuating that he already has this power, or Darth Plagueis' apprentice, which, spoiler alert, he is.
Right.
It kind of implies that in the story too, though.
Yeah.
Sherry says he has a Klingon head.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a reverse Klingon head, actually.
It depends on what kind of
Anakin went from
EOS.
Yeah, Anakin went from I can't live without her. I'm sorry. And then he turns a second later. Okay. I'll do whatever you tell me. Like, go from remorse to resolve.
They're gonna get us. We're gonna get out of here.
See, that was Bryce. The speaking of hawking the trek, that was my original theory on the Grand Inquisitor, which is this is how they're going to explain it, which is like they did Klingons from the original series, and then to what they looked like with the regular foreheads, and then later Klingons that have the big thing. It's like that there's a worker class, and then there's a
Right.
this class of the different subspecies, maybe, or different species of the same people on the planet.
Sort of like how the Trandosians kind of looked a little bit different,
Mm-hmm.
and the dog-faced boy people, some of them looked a little bit different.
Yep.
Kill every Jedi, and then you'll be more powerful to say Padme.
There you go, because that's what we do. It's there can be only one.
Right.
You need the fall, though. Lamont's talking about loving and hating this movie because of the fall of the Republic and how far Anakin falls, but you got to have him dive deep to be able to come back as Vader in the next stuff. Because
Notman says, Dave, you don't see this kind of action on the Enterprise.
Then you haven't seen enough episodes, my friend. You need to watch the Mirror Universe. Okay, Amok Time.
Oh, here's coming. What's going down? This is so. Oh man, I love this in the trailer.
Yep.
They
Oh
dropped it
yeah, just marching up with the 501st.
just in this overhead scene.
Oh, by the way, that Order 66 mashup that you found, Dave, with all the newest stuff in there was absolutely incredible. That 10-minute version, it was pretty cool.
Absolutely, it's like the just whole Order 66 from all the different media put together.
At this point, there's a lot of things that have addressed it, so that kind of does fill in a huge amount of gaps. Ooh, took him down.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the kind of thing about some of this stuff. Like you were talking about the battle on Kashyyyk, is it feels very kind of like Battlefront gameplay.
Right.
It's just that there's
So
still
the way that
connect.
the Cody troopers were jumping on those droids, on those bug droids,
very
remind me very much of like Starship Troopers, like the movie when they're jumping on the bugs.
You shoot a nuke down a bug hole. What do you got? A bunch of dead bugs.
That movie was so good.
I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say, kill them all. No.
Yep.
I love how he just was all buddy with them, and now, 30 seconds later,
Like, nope, switch flip.
hey, kill that guy.
Boom.
And they're like, okay. Like, wait a second.
Again, big fall. Spoiler alert, doesn't
Freaking
die.
long.
Ooh.
What if he didn't hit the water?
A little rough on the landing. He had to settle for the bronze.
Yeah, he broke the surface wrong.
Oh, he's not chilling anymore. Now he's getting it. Uh-oh.
Could you imagine if Obi-Wan did the triple Indy?
There was enough platforms on the way down that he could have.
Yeah, right.
Okay, see, that's a deep fake. I want to see recut this scene with Rodney Dangerfield as Ewan McGregor.
Oh. Speaking of Amy Allen.
And there you go, your celebration attendee.
Half naked Jedi. Oh no, she did.
No, the horror.
Yep. Yoda's like, my heart.
Angina.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
That's exactly what I was thinking of right there. His red fox.
We really do all hang out together way too much.
We're too old too.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Good.
Ashley just said bye, Felicia.
Yeah,
there you go.
she's saying bye, Felicia, and we're going to Sanford and Son.
Yeah,
Age
we're
difference, but
dropping to the mid-70s.
uh-oh, falling back.
Buddy,
They just fell
buddy,
back into speeders. No.
You should have felt that. I don't understand. They should have had a little vibe, right? Even if it's only a split second.
Right. Where is the spidey sense?
Exactly. That's basically what it should be.
For Wookiees, they got some serious like power.
Like
right
propeller
there.
toys.
Yeah.
They're so weird. I have a couple of those hanging from my ceiling. They're very weird.
Now, see, like Yoda got the Spidey sense. He ain't falling for this crap.
Yeah.
He's like, woof.
Yes.
We still need a Jeff Caffrey Cribs episode.
Yes.
First.
See, that's like an entire show. Is
I'll
all
say.
of us and Star Wars Cribs.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably do multiple shows.
Well, I'm talking about like a series of shows.
Oh, right.
Like
yeah.
it might not be an
just
hour
between
show
us
or
three.
something, but everybody episode is your Star Wars crib, your Star Wars crib, your Funko crib.
Yep.
I love that kid's reaction.
That might be a cool new idea for the VCN.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, cool. I feel what you're doing.
Star Wars cribs right there.
The temple's so beautiful as it burns. Oh no. She's having hormonal issues.
Like
When EW released the preview photos of this episode, there was a shot of her doing that crying thing into her hand, and I photoshopped a picture of Vader with his helmet off and Hayden's head, and her in front of her, like crying. It's on my YouTube channel, like as my icon, my avatar.
No,
number 6 with another cape.
Costume 6.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence asking like, why didn't the Wookiees trip out? I'm like, the Wookiees are just going to be completely calm because otherwise Yoda's going to turn that lightsaber on me. It's like, no, are you good? Go right ahead. Keep it up. Nope. I don't need any part of that.
Yeah, in that case, it was like almost the opposite, right? It was like what they saw. It just looked like Yoda went off on the troopers.
Right.
He didn't, because they didn't really get a chance to do anything. I mean, because
That's oregano.
They would have shot at him or whatever, but he took him out before that.
So yeah, I mean,
but they understand Yoda knows what's up.
And that was the second time you see Obi-Wan with that regulator thing. First time was obviously in Phantom Menace when they go in the Gungan City.
It's the bat rebreather. That's
Mhm.
totally a gadget stolen from Batman comics.
That scene right there with the walkers almost looked like it was out of Clone Wars.
They had the shark repellent from Batman 66.
Yeah, I was just thinking that when you said it originally. Gotta have the shark repellent if they got the rebreather. This egg thing always weirded me out too. It's like,
yeah, it's like ET's thing.
Well,
yeah. Go home.
Same people.
Well, it's canonized because if you remember that scene where in ET where he's going up to that kid, just as Yoda, he recognizes them, and then we see that those creatures in the Senate,
the Etesians,
and there goes the Tantive.
Oh yeah, so clean and pristine. Oh, did we miss Jet getting taken out there?
Yep.
Yeah, or Jet. He's going to be
Jimmy Smits
celebration though.
Yes, he will.
He's got some good connections now inside Lucasfilm. What does he do? He's some sort of animation person.
He's a visual effects assistant.
Right.
Oh, you're talking like he's got some good connections now. Like this is something new.
Not in the last 20 years, 23 years, but yeah, anyways. I think I was the first person to ask for his autograph, and I'm going to confirm that at this celebration that he was with his dad at Long Beach Grand Prix in 2000 for the Toyota Celebrity Race, and I had the box set with the family members, and I asked him to sign it, I think before I even asked his dad, and he was like taken aback.
Ooh,
I got to ask him if that was something that was like it seemed like it was new to him.
Good night, Bryce.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bryce, you have a good one.
Have a good one, brother.
Notman's sitting there going like, and Yoda never took the time to mention Kenobi to Chewbacca, so it's like totally new. It's like, oh hey, you know Yoda, what's up? How you doing? Nope.
They're
It's
friends on
like
Facebook.
it's like you mentioned the wolf. Shit, that's all you had to say. Since we're already talking about Pulp Fiction.
Mm-hmm. Needs to be more Star Wars Pulp Fiction mashups.
There you go.
Very
Just
timely.
somebody cast Travolta in Ahsoka. That's just what we need.
You know what they call a bantha with cheese?
I don't know. It's not a bantha with cheese.
12 parsecs with cheese.
You know what they call it? It's a snuffleupagus with cheese.
There you go.
Shit, they don't even know what a parsec is.
That's great.
Lucas absolutely had no clue when he wrote that scene. It's called Retcon 101.
For me, I will return.
You see, if she just stayed at home and watched, Real Housewives or Kardashians, she would not have gone to
Real
Mustafar, and she'd
Housewives
probably
would have-
still be alive.
Yeah, she didn't need to. Well, it was like he needed to put up a trigger notice.
Or maybe at this point right here, she could say, hey, maybe don't go to the temple and kill younglings.
Oh yeah.
Maybe stay here.
Oh,
Maybe
wouldn't it-
leave it alone.
Didn't he already do that though? So he's
I
like
guess he has already done that at that point.
he's not feeling the guilt as much as he should, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, he's done it there. She just doesn't know it yet there.
Yeah. I love Grievous's ship. It's got a very hot roddy kind of.
I was
It
thinking
really
it looked like
reminds me of the Batman
Bat.
the animated series.
Oh, that
Batmobile.
too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that profile was very much like that big front end. And
He should have done what they did in Batman '89, just gone up to one of the moons
Yep.
and then fall.
Right in front of it. hung.
that little dip. Yoda should be going down the hallway like Grogu, like bloop, bloop, bloop.
Speaking like Grogu.
What about Grogu?
Oh, remember that episode where Luke shows his memory, and it was during Order 66.
He's there
Oh, yeah.
somewhere. We just missed him.
Down here somewhere. Yep. See him scurry by in the background. That'd be funny.
See, but you
Stuck
say
on
that
camera.
as a joke, but one of these days on Disney Plus, we're just going to be innocently watching this movie, and that's going to be in there.
Yeah, we know that's gonna be the
They won't
special
even
edition.
say that they've updated it. It'll just be in there. Nowadays they can do that so easy. It's not like they don't have to make a big deal about it if they don't want to. But people will notice, maybe.
Yeah.
See, I'm
I mean,
still
how
waiting
many
for
days did it take them to get rid of Jeans Guy?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was what 2 or 3.
or the coffee in Game of
Was it-
Thrones, or in Book of Boba Fett, the
That
other
was in-
side of that set piece.
Right. Oh yeah, the inside of the like you could see
The
the
facade,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm also still waiting for them in the middle of
Jeremy. Rest in peace.
oh,
Hmm.
in the middle of the duel Mustafar, that all of a sudden they're looking up on one of the mountains and you see Scar Mufasa fighting, and they stop and watch.
Hear Vader in the background, James Earl Jones talking.
Yeah, he's like, wait a minute.
Brother, no.
Yeah. So who played the other pilot in this scene? Is he known at all? I'm sure somebody knows who he is, but because
I mean,
Jeremy, look at, I love how there's all these traffic lanes, but they're just like, whoop, we're gonna come in this way around everything.
I'm waiting for it to be like Back to the Future 2 taxi cab.
Sort of Fifth Element-esque too.
It very much is.
It's the way R2 just pops up out of this thing every time. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's like he has an ejection seat in that thing. It's like, pew.
Boink. He releases little thing, it pops him out. He seemed a lot less active in the original trilogy.
So, yeah, I thought it was actually pretty cool that we got Duchess Satine and Barasafi going to be in the after hours room.
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean, like
a nice
Frank
selection
was
of
saying,
of
it's a really
artists,
good mix.
not artists, but actors, I should say.
Yeah.
Well, artists, actors.
Yeah.
But yeah,
debate.
still the two that shocked me for being in that room were Matt Wood and Mike Quinn.
Right. Yeah. When I saw Mike, I was like, oh. And then with the same with Matthew, because he, like you said, he's a presence in the main room and current. I love that.
Shoot.
I love Yoda.
I mean, there's some people in the main room that honestly I think would have been better suited in the other place, but
Right.
like Ewan. Who's he
Oh
killing?
yeah, put that dude in the after hours. You know where that dude needs to be? That dude needs
Boonta.
to be Boonta Eve.
Yes.
They should just nix having him there and be like, oh, you can go hang out with those Bunta guys.
Yeah.
He got a pretty new red robe.
7, I think, or 8.
I don't know. It's at least 6, but probably more like 7. Dead people, dead kids everywhere.
No, you caught them at nap time. Didn't you know? This is nap time in place.
Somebody spiked their juice. They're all just having happy naps.
No.
I want to see some
But they didn't bring up their mats,
So Sherry's saying 7.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Nice
Oh,
dice.
all right, throw 'em.
Skewer and sglibbity sklap. Ooh, snap.
Where is Jar Jar to save us all? He's right here. He's always right.
There he is.
We still blame Jar Jar for this whole thing because, like I said, I think Palpatine underneath his robe was going like this.
Jar Jar granted him the emergency powers. Yeah, like where is Jar Jar in this thing? He's not like hanging out, going like, "Oh no, Misa thinking this is bad."
He's watching it somewhere.
I love that shot when they first see the eyes.
Oh yeah, that was a great piece from the trailer too, and like some of I think they just had still images of that everywhere. It was sort of like it wasn't it on artwork on like product, like they used overly used mall for everything in episode 1.
I think so, yeah.
But what's this? There's thousands and thousands of people there, and they're going, "Oh, we're going to reorganize the republic into an empire," and the only people going in there going, "This is a bad plan," are Jimmy Smits and Natalie Portman. Maybe not.
Huh.
And the best line, I think, written of the prequels. So this is how Liberty dies, with thunderous applause.
Yep. Well, that line is actually delivered 2 different ways on screen. It's democracy and liberty, depending on versions you see. Originally, I think it was like the Liberty was like an international release, and I know democracy was definitely a U.S. thing.
That was actually my status in on Facebook a couple of elections ago.
Right.
That should be your status every election.
Yeah.
I think mine was a screenshot from The Simpsons.
Yeah, right.
But it was related.
What do you mean you must know the truth? Who else you think killed the young?
Look at that. He's snapping them up. Rewind that. Look at they took that kid's head off. Damn.
You're looking at now.
When's this? This is now. But when's now?
I'm really gonna have to ask them at the end of the night at Biggs if they have inventory, how many of each drink that they sold and see if Liquid Schwartz sold the most.
Mm.
You're still thinking that's going to be the big seller?
I think between that and probably the blue milk, I think the Mai Tai will do well, but I think that the blue milk and the shot will do the best.
Right. Well, I'm going to try at least one of each drink on the menu. Those 4. Probably more, like you were saying, of the easy to consume.
Mhm.
Liquid
Joseph Hall is over on the YouTube chat, and he's asking, any chance that we'll see Jar Jar in Kenobi?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Dave hopes so.
I mean, they could give him the canon or the EU dancing fool kind of falling on hard time.
Never
deal.
know. Certain actors could have been coaxed back to other things based on contracts related to things like that as well. So,
Well, I mean,
showing up-
Ahmad's
showing up in
been
Chicago
back in
could
the
have been a-
fold when
Well, I
he
mean-
was doing the temple, the kids show.
oh yeah, that was
Right.
So I'm thinking, maybe he came back in part because they were offering him other stuff that now is coming to fruition, or had the temple thing.
Well, and
I wish they'd do another. I'd like to see another season or 2 if they could refine that show a little bit better, because it was fun. And actually, they really need to do it for adults.
Yeah, like, have you ever seen? Was it a Netflix show for a little while? The Floor is Lava.
Yeah, that one looked like it hurt sometimes.
Exactly. It's like that's what I
No, I
want
was
to
like-
see with the temple.
I'm good. Yeah, but yeah, it would have been a funny thing.
Because I'm also fairly cheesed in looking through the panel listing and
Right.
all the different Jedi training on the kids stage, and I'm like, whoa, where is the saber training for the me?
Yeah, you can go
Kids
watch the
stage.
kids.
Cool.
Yeah. Fuzzy
Outfit
Pro-
8, sure. Yep, there she goes. She's right ahead of me.
Yep.
Anakin's the father. Like you didn't know that Anakin was the father.
Like, who did you think it was there, Chief?
Maybe?
Like Jar Jar? Like, come on, man. You are supposed to be the power of you're a space wizard, and you don't get
Who
this.
else does she spend all of her time with, anyways?
Well, the original script that that George wrote was that he's like, I've always known, how could I not? But it made Anakin happy, so I just turned a blind eye. I mean, that whole monologue was fantastic, but they cut that.
That's
That would be
cool
better.
because that would kind of tie into his own thing that gets revealed in the Clone Wars. and Rebels.
Right. Ashley says Obi-Wan was Maury before Maury.
Well, I thought Lamont's comment was good as well. Yoda should be giving Obi-Wan a bunch of shit right now about training Annie. Asking how you feel about training him now.
Like he trained his father. Oh.
Ooh, I like the kind of evolution of the Naboo ships, that we still have this super shiny, but there's like a much scaled down version, but still has that kind of styling. It isn't quite as shiny though. They also learned reflection much better.
They did. It does look a lot better.
Like I pointed out when we watched episode 1, is that you don't see the people running up to the ship in the reflection of the ship.
Okay,
So,
good.
what are you saying?
Obi-Wan is just sitting there and he's opening and closing a door hatch that's an automatically opening and closing door hatch with the It's like, press the button, Obi-Wan. I mean, really, just press the button. It's okay.
Do you notice that he was crouched down? I mean, do you think I don't think it's like an easy 20-minute commute. Do you think he's crouched down like that the entire time? His knees will be horrible.
I don't know. I figured he was just like there was maybe a couch in there or something. I don't know, some pad and just lay down.
An ottoman, a
Yes.
futon.
Hanging out. I didn't know. That just seemed to
Number
me
9.
like less of like a little cargo space because it and just like a little sleeping berth or something maybe that he was hiding in.
Oh, right.
It was the cupboard underneath the stairs.
Well, he is a
He
stowaway,
was
right?
covered beneath the stairs. How do you feel about that comment, Jeff?
He's a wizard, Obi. Wizard, Obi.
That's totally wizard.
C-3PO flying?
I thought she was flying.
Yeah, probably. She'd be having more hormonals. That baby's wreaking havoc on her. Why doesn't he just jump across? I don't need to run around. We got there pretty quick anyways. Mannequin. Hey, that looks kind of like Batu. Except way hotter.
Oh, yeah.
It was just that weird angle with the way the structure was up on the hill. Reminded me of the thing above the Falcon.
He was kind of right.
It's like there was recording of it. He didn't just tell me that. That kind of happened.
My love don't cost a thing.
Except for a force choke.
There you go. Becoming more powerful than anyone has ever been. Okay.
Nautman's all, Anakin, why are your eyes yellow? Are you on something?
Death sticks.
He's on.
He's been drinking too much and his liver is having issues.
Oh,
All right. Joseph Hall again. He asks, "What's your biggest hope or wish to see happen in the Kenobi series?" Anybody?
I'm kind of hoping that Obi-Wan doesn't survive the series.
The main character dies.
And it turns out that this is just another world in a multiverse of Star Wars worlds, and
somebody else takes up the mantle of Obi-Wan.
Honestly, I mean, I think that I really would love to see. I think the number one thing I want to see is some involvement with Qui-Gon.
That's
I would say that's probably my number one
Qui-Gon
thing is some sort of Qui-Gon,
or his voice.
Force ghosts are talking, because if you recall the lead scene from this movie in particular, they actually filmed Liam talking to Yoda.
Oh yeah, there's too much to mess with.
Here it goes.
What about you, Jeff?
Whoa. I think that anything with Liam or Qui-Gon specifically, even if they just mention him, would be good. I would love to have a Force Ghost version of Liam, some sort of audio of him talking to Obi-Wan, or hearing voices of him talking or something. Type stuff would be cool. But a Force Ghost would be my favorite thing, but I'm sure it's not happening since we haven't heard anything about it.
Anakin, you're breaking my heart. No, it's pronounced neck.
Yes. Oh. Well, but see, I don't
know. What about you, Dave? What do we hope for?
Well, I was going to respond to Jeff's first. I don't know that we would need to have heard anything about it. They'd probably leak it or.
Well, I was just thinking that when I said it, that it might end up being like the huge reveal or something like that.
Well, or like if Liam was actually involved, we might hear about it. But
good night, Dave.
Good night. They could totally just AI him at this point. They've proven that as a Force Ghost.
True.
Specifically, I'm betting Liam Neeson has said enough things in Star Wars that they can just computer his voice like they did
Luke thing on.
Yeah,
that's true.
So, I don't know, but things to see. I don't know. I would like to see, I think, some like
So
Luke. I want to see some Luke kind of figuring out as a child that he is force sensitive. Some little hints at what's going to come in the wider world, as opposed to, oh, boom, just like these droids show up and I go off with this space wizard and I have this power. Is I want to see some of him floating toys about in the
Right.
room or something when Uncle Ben's not looking.
I love how Yoda dispatched the guards there. He just comes in to kick butt.
So, Lamont, if you like to quote about only Sith stealing absolutes, there's an entire episode of the Unifying Force about, do only Sith stealing absolutes? Are the Jedi just as bad?
Well, he just said, "I'll do what I must." That's kind of an absolute.
Exactly.
And I love the fact that they trained and shot this at full speed. Like they didn't slow down. They practiced it at full speed.
This is like, I love this part with the hitting the walls. 20-minute fight. It's like so long. Or a half hour from.
And if you're a Funko fan, you could see my signed Duel of Mustafar set on that Star Wars Funko show, which is now on the VCN.
Totally is. It's right there.
Now, there's some rumors also that you're going to see a young Leia. So,
There talk that Bale or Jimmy Smith was in it or involved.
I think you'll see him.
Ooh, doink, head over heels. And
Yeah, I was about to say, Asso Tiguero.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. He's ready to throw down.
Yoda's going full Matrix.
He just pulled a Cad Bane and revealed his weapon. Ooh. Oh, you know him by Anakin.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I know this dude. Or maybe young Luke has some visions. Huh? Okay.
That might be why he wants to go to Toshi's station so bad. He saw visions of how cool it is. Oh no, chokey choke.
Oh yeah, no, Terminator hand.
Yeah, it's got some extra power on it.
You see, when Anakin gets thrown to the lava later on, they should just have a scene with him going like this.
Oh, nope.
Like, think again, son. Everybody's still in the Senate chilling. Like, what the hell is this? It's empty. E.T. should just be in there alone by himself, like kicking back. Flippity flip flap flop flirt.
Nauman's like, that's how I want my photo with you, and what? Him choking or him?
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like,
with you laying on the ground and him like pressing the saber down into your face. Well, I don't know. I don't get what you want. Or this one, the force push, both of you.
Yeah, that would be flying backwards to get him to fall down. Oh no. Messed up the system, son.
There it is. Self-destruct.
Wow. How would they even build that crap? Put it out there. I mean, set it up. I'm sure they build it off site, but then trying to just set it up, you'd have to have like, I guess the guys that work out there have the right gear. So,
or there's like droids everywhere or something.
Or whatever they are, they have to be heat resistant for sure.
How many pictures do you think at Celebration though? But it's not, a lot of people will be like kneeling down, so it looks like Ewan has the high ground.
I hate you.
Sure, there'll be some. What if somebody comes full Anakin cosplay and does that?
I'm sure there'll be a number of them.
Well, that's more like, and that would be more like one for Hayden. It's like, do it. Oh, turned on. Nope, go off. There.
Lightsaber is your life. Don't just let it get knocked out of your hand by some lightning, man.
So how does Yoda tie with Palpatine, but Windu defeats him? I'm pretty sure they alluded to that Master Windu was the best swordsman in the Order.
But he got jacked by Anakin.
Yep.
Otherwise, it would have been different.
Well, he had a purple shank, so
Yeah. It was great.
well, it's a good thing Palpatine's not regimental.
This battle's getting pretty intense. It's such
Yeah,
weird-
and I'm like, why would you go out on the little arm thing? Why would you do that?
It'd be like a gymnastics bounce beam. That's how a lightsaber battle on top of that.
Yeah,
There we go.
makes sense.
In 900-degree heat. It's so trippy seeing two blue sabers fighting each other, though.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Would have been interesting. And here's the famous shot.
Oh yeah.
Is when the whole story about the kyber crystal bleeding when someone turns to dark side, if halfway through you see like the juxtaposition of
is
turning
Anakin
red,
saber turns.
That'd be true. You never know. They could always come back and change that kind of stuff.
when they put Grogu into that scene.
That scene with Yoda crawling through the cables was reminiscent of Grogu trying to fix the ship for Mando.
I don't know. That was still very.
Oh, it was the McCain. McClane. I say McCain.
Hard to me.
You're breaking up there, Spencer. I didn't hear most of what you said.
Yoda does Die Hard. Come out to LA, see some friends. Come out to Tatooine.
They're on Coruscant.
No, he lost his McCain. But it'd be
I love the behind the scenes. I love the behind the scenes of this one with them just crawling around on the partial prop with all the green screen stuff in the background and just like little fiberglass rods beating each other.
So this is what Yoda looks like when we would take off his cape in the Kenner toy.
Right.
Yes.
Ronnie Yoda.
Okay, for all those people who freaked out about Luke running away into exile in Last Jedi, what did Yoda just do? I failed.
All the
into
way.
exile. Let's go.
Yep.
Which makes Yoda's speech in Last Jedi that all the more powerful about failure and learning from it.
Yep, that's a good idea. Let's just swing back and forth at each other over lava and smack each other with laser swords.
Look at that. That's some good timing, and lucky that thing didn't capsize.
That man's like erroneous.
I hate that weird blue glow that comes off the bottom of whatever they're like on here.
Oh, the repulsor force fieldy thing.
It's weird. Just makes the animation look that much faker.
I mean, I get what they were going for. I don't know that they
Yeah.
really.
3 hours into this fight.
Yeah.
It's the next movie now.
And neither one of them broke a sweat, even with the lava.
Anakin was looking a little sweaty there.
Well, the lighting in this one bothers me a little bit because like Obi-Wan's eyes just go totally black here.
Hey.
And I'm just like,
Hello from below. Look at that. Let's go around the workers. You're like, damn Jedi are out here fighting again.
But he's not his master anymore.
Well, he's always his master.
Who's your master? Flip.
Okay, so if the two of them can have a lightsaber battle on this little plank right there, then Rose could absolutely brought Jack up on that door.
Under the door. Rose is brought Jack under the door. It's
and then had a lightsaber battle.
Because we really didn't want Leonardo to.
Classic out of Anakin here too.
Well,
and then just oops, okay, you done.
He gone and rolls down the hill.
Crispy Anakin with a side of no legs.
It's like, okay, that's all right. We'll be okay.
It's just like, I'm really mad now.
Well, I don't know that it actually said he would destroy the Sith. Didn't the prophecy just say he'd bring balance to the Force? Oops, he did it again.
She says, high ground, biatch.
That's right. It's like, I have
technically at the time, Anakin.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you. Could you please take my saber because I want my son to have
This
it.
is my son. Yeah, I want him to have a memento. I love you.
Okay. Last movie, he's like a father to me.
Yeah.
You're like a brother to me. Ooh, right in the.
You're like a nephew's cousin's former roommate.
Former roommate. What does that make us?
Absolutely nothing. As Anakin becomes a marshmallow that's been lit on fire.
Right there.
I hope those not synthetic robes he was wearing, because it's gonna leave
melt right to him. And beep 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 beep, whistle whistle.
Translation: don't kill me now. Let's get out of here. Yep.
As my son almost accidentally lights my lightsaber through his head.
Yes. I mean, Luke having about as much sense as a porg.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Okay, you're caressing her a little too much there, Obi.
Necro much.
And thus fireproof robes were created. There you go. Yes.
And 3PO becomes a Johnny Cab.
C-3PO is just so shiny in this movie. He's not as shiny in the,
I think they had the opportunity finally to make him shiny, and they did, or something.
He's crawling, and you suddenly hear do 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 do.
Oh,
buddy. Papa Palps.
Go for Papa Palpatine. Let's see. It's feeling like rubber and burnt bacon.
Make sure you turn him over. Oh, he did it himself. Get him on both sides.
And today I learned that the Death Sticks guy, Sleaze Bago, same actor played Mouse in The Matrix.
What?
Yep.
Sleaze Bagano.
Mm-hmm. So you talk to him about tasty wheat.
Nice. Pizza Papa Palpatine.
Pizza. You should have worn your shirt there, Jeff.
Which one?
What the hell's an aluminum falcon?
I wore that on Tuesday. Today is Black Spire.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen as many things in the latter part of this episode as I had in the first half, basically, or first third, that were literally reminding me of Batu, either product or just general.
So they needed more sizzle on Anakin when he's being in the medical capsule in the rain.
Yeah, like
He's had the trip to cool down.
had him under refrigeration.
Yeah, see, nobody reacts. It's like the medical droids don't know nothing. Could we have a human doctor? Could we have,
She has a baby girl claim.
Oh, that's like almost Lando creepy right there.
Yeah. What they left, is that like leaving the cake out in the rain?
Does that count as an outfit change? Is that the last one? She's in the hospital gown.
So
see, it was synthetic robes there, Jeff. They're picking the robes like right out of the skin.
Cheap ass Anakin Empire robes, not Empire. Republic. I don't know.
10.
It's a baby.
Do you have health insurance? Well, it could have been worse. He could have asked if he needed an extended warranty on his car.
I'm trying to reach you. It's a baby.
See, I want to know, like, she just doesn't, like, hesitate on these names. Did she and Anakin think about these names? Did they have this planned?
Yeah.
Is Luke somebody from her past? Who's they named after? I don't know.
Yeah.
Lila says at least it's not a Vespa gang putting them together.
Nah.
So he had some spinning rims and stuff on the suit. 47 rear view mirrors.
Yeah.
This shot in the trailer was awesome.
Yeah, this was pretty cool. That I always thought was a weird edit with the way he looks, sort of composited. That I thought was in the trailer too. Amazing.
Oh yeah, the hinging together.
He goes up and Palpatine says, "Mission status."
No. Uh-oh. That sounds familiar.
Soldier, do you comply?
Good soldiers follow order.
There's good in him. He's extra crispy, but there's good in him.
Well, see, she doesn't know he's extra crispy. Nobody ever told her.
And Obi-Wan doesn't technically know that he's still alive, right?
I would not think so. Because, I mean, if Obi-Wan does know that he's still alive, Obi-Wan may be the asshole here.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this is the perfect time when you start playing the beginning of Lightning Crashes because it's a juxtaposition between the old man dies and the baby is born, and the placenta hits the floor, and
Lord Vader.
Yeah. And
And
they totally just got him still strapped down here.
Right. It's for drama. Where's my wife at, man? What'd you do?
Do you think Anakin was upset about the choice of outfit? Well, Notman, it just seems to be putting him automatically in this big mechanical outfit seems extreme. Everybody else would have gotten like a couple of days in a Bacta tank and been back to good. It seems slightly extreme.
Seems like he would still be suffering, right? Like he's not even healed yet.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that his health insurance would have covered like physical therapy, or was he HMO or PPO?
Well, I mean, like Maul just got like Grievous legs, and he was good. Yeah. He didn't end up in this whole big dooflachi. Lamont's asking, it's like, I don't understand how Leia remembers her mother, and that she said she remembers her mother being sad. It's like, yeah.
Well, if you watch the most recent episode of the Unifying Force, they talk about Leia's memories.
We do. Absolutely, that is a part of the Mother's Day special.
Oh, nice.
Is training for you. Yeah, learn why you effed up as a teacher.
My old friend has learned the path to immortality. So, well, I guess this is it didn't happen before then, because the episode where Yoda learns about Force ghosts and all that is in the Clone Wars cartoon show.
Right. So that's just prior to this, really. I mean,
yeah. So I guess maybe is that theoretically where he learned and is about Qui-Gon and what's going on?
Most likely, I would think.
So here's one of the things. If you go to the Power of the Force costume thing, like I mentioned, a third of all the costumes are Padme's. They actually have her coffin or sarcophagus with the mannequin with the outfit in there.
They forgot to colorize the queen.
Yeah, she's
in black and white.
I must kill.
11. I thought it was 10. The Japor snippet, I can go buy one on Batu.
Mm-hmm. And look at young Tarkin.
Oh, yeah. I didn't hate this as much as a lot
who still looks better than the version that they did in Rogue One.
Well, yeah, that was a little.
I didn't hate that one.
Because Guy Henry actually looks like Peter Cushing a little bit, so they could have easily done that.
Play off of the structure already. That's a great shot right there.
Yeah, it's the only time you ever see Vader crossing his arms.
There's a familiar ship in a weird place.
Hey, so I went out for drive-through and I came back with a baby.
Even when she's dead, Padme is still fashionable AF. Nothing can stop the fashion. That's Ashley talking about it. Yeah. And again, here's another Star Wars mother figure that is discussed on the last episode of the Unifying Force. It's like, we don't know much about
Maybe.
about Mrs. Organa or Queen Organa, I would assume.
So this,
Yes.
I was watching an interview with, with Ewan. He was on Jimmy Kimmel, but Kimmel had COVID, so it was Mike Birbiglia as the host, and they're talking about filming this scene, and that he had invited all
Oh yeah, when he was writing.
his motorcycle
Yeah, when he was
pals
writing.
to come in, like he was going to impress them with this scene, and ended up being on a blue set with a blue like mound where I guess the hut is, and then a blue like hobby horse or like gym horse that was set up on the side and didn't have any articulation or anything, and he had to do all this weird kind of acting to nothing, and all his friends were making fun of it.
That Ashley just said, I love what that story you're talking about.
They were I guess they shot this in Australia. There we go.
Well, there we are. We just finished up Revenge of the Sith, which is actually a fantastic movie. And it was also the last episode of live action BBY for the character Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jeff, your thoughts?
I love the movie. It's my favorite, I think, of the prequel trilogy. It has a lot of stuff going on. There's parts of it that I can't stand, but it kind of a lot of that in everything from after the original trilogy. But it's got so many things with the amazing lightsaber battle and very cool space stuff going on, and the whole Anakin evolution. I just want to see what they get to next. I want to see what the Anakin and Obi-Wan are up to 10 years in the future. So I can't, how many days we got? 15 days.
Yep. So Diamond just says, why does Obi clearly choose to watch over Luke, and who's watching over Leia? And I say, well, like Ashley said, he said dibs. So
exactly, it's Bail Organa's taking care of that.
Yep, Dave, what was your thoughts on where we are in the timeline for Obi?
I mean, I love the emotion of the Anakin, you are my brother. That's I think my favorite part of this whole deal. The lightsaber fight's good. The other parts are good. I mean, obviously the hello there, General, love that. But a lot of the other parts of this movie, I'm just like, okay, we got to get through this to get to that. We got to get through this to get to that. But I don't think this one's my favorite, even of the prequels. But it's good. It's a good watch. It's always it's eminently rewatchable, as I've said about some of the other ones. There are movies that are not that, right? But this one is.
Yep.
So I have a question real quick, because Disney Plus is recommending me A New Hope. Shouldn't it theoretically just be recommending me the next movie in the series, technically?
Solo.
Or
at least if you remove Solo from the deal, Rogue One.
Right. So, anyways, continue.
No, I'm very excited to go through the episode, the Clone Wars, and obviously end our series with Star Wars Rebels. My favorite episode, Twin Suns. So it'll be a lot of fun. I greatly appreciate everybody being on with us tonight. Just a reminder that if you're getting to Anaheim early that week before Celebration, please make sure that you meet up with us at the Not So Virtual Cantina on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. at the Hilton Anaheim Lobby Bar, which is right in the center. And of course, starting at 4 p.m. on the Wednesday is the third annual Bunta Eve Cantina. Very excited, and we got great everything for you. It's going to be a phenomenal time. And I think that one of the things I'm most excited about, and I talked about this on Tuesday, is for what everybody else is going to see, what we've been working on for months.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a great
Lots of fun. Lots of fun. It's going to be so great. And then, it's going to be a great celebration no matter what. I mean, celebration is just awesome. So anyway, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We will see you on Tuesday at happy hour. And then next week for the finale of the Finding Kenobi series, which has been another fun series for us to go through. And then, we start Kenobi, week after Celebration. We're gonna start our watch along for that. We'll have the schedule up the week of Celebration as well. So from Dave, from Jeff, from Frank, who was here earlier, we gotta say goodbye there. I mean,
oh, that was a reach. That was far. No, I'll just go with this is the May.
Yeah.
Ashley
right.
says, be there or be a moof milker.
Ooh.